Alright, is everyone ready?
What's the... Oh God, where's the link?
It should be underneath the pinned messages of announcements or Lords of the Margreve regular chat, game chat. Yes,
I'm in.
beautiful. Fantastic, just what we wanted. Alright, so, welcome back everybody. Hope the new year was good and that the rest of it will be nice for us. But, bringing us back to our campaign. So, you guys had finished with uh, after this strange earthquake slash collapse. You guys were able to rally through, defeat some ghosts, deal with some enemies, and bring some captives in tow, and were able to finally navigate your way out of the underground, into the cartways, into the sewers, and back to the surface, with everyone still alive, a captive in tow, and potential evidence to what was going on. But you realize that all of your discoveries had lots of ramifications. You want to discuss what to do next. Do we ensure Rosalind's okay? Do we go with Kodo Cragclaw still? Since he is the one that hired you all. What do we do with Rosalind? Since Rosalind potentially is compromised, or at the very least her establishment is, because you guys were told that a high-ranking member of the Morena, no, codename is Ivory, was said to frequent. Actually, no, that wasn't it. They know that the Broken Seal Tavern has some spy in there. You don't know if Ivory is the one exactly it, but you do know that Ivory is a high-ranking priestess of the cult that has remained hidden for the most part. You found out that a recording some you had found amongst the ruins had a recording of one of the sitting council members, torturing somebody to death. Like, oh god. And with that, you guys decided to go with the original plan, which was to go to Koto Cragclaw, bring him up to speed, and see what he did with that. From there, you guys were greeted. The information you gave was well received, and he thanked you, giving you guys a reward of gold, choosing 3 magical items that you still have not chosen, but you guys are still discussing that, for taking the Blood Sister into custody, taking Roz in custody, and Burke as well. And also from Bonk, ensuring that they promised to escort Rosalind back to her father. After that, you guys discussed the items and then decided let's go ahead and wait until you guys are needed, since Declan decided to hold on to the recording stone for now. To which the Kobold King agreed to, but said that you all would be called upon to give testimony at a certain point, so this could be more official. You guys began to divvy up the magical items and went back to your various abodes. Bonk and Admiral, you guys do now have a permanent residence in the city, and since the Broken Seal is compromised, most likely, you guys decide to go stay with the Waterside clan, the Karif clan that frequents Zobek, and of which Admiral is an adopted member, and Bonk learned some tricks from them. Jeremy Slutsky went back to his room in the Steamworkers Union, and your boy Declan went back to his abode in the Temple to Rava in the Temple District. The 2 days were a lot of identifying magical items, distributing the loot, getting some intel, and also making new weapons and armor. Going to mechanical side of things, Kyle, underneath the actions tab, you now have two new actions. The first is called Ebon Steel Shift. It is a 1-action ability. When you do so, you awaken the Ebon Steel that makes up your power suit, and it gets you a +1 status bonus to your armor class until the start of your next turn. In addition, you now have the reaction that's triggered whenever you're damaged by a melee attack. The Ebon Steel senses violence and danger and tastes blood that has been shed. Spikes jet out from your armor in 5 feet, forcing creatures around you to make a basic reflex saving throw, which is a DC of 17. And the creature that made the melee strike makes the saving throw at a -1 circumstance penalty. and you do 1d6 piercing damage, and the deck is considered magical. Um, well, Slutsky, you went ahead and got your, I can think of words, got some assistance from your new magical comrades to help you shape this armor into your new power suit. Declan, you spoke to one of your priest brethren in translating the book you found, which was a religious book, which I have posted the full PDF in the lore chat, and also there's a link there as well to a more in-depth thing. But it's about the deities of the kobolds that once held these lands, mostly pertaining to 4 particular entities by differing names. And after that, 2 days passed. You guys all once more reconvened at the Temple of Rava to kind of talk about going forward. And you redistributed some more loot, and I believe we ended on the group deciding to go ahead and talk to Roslyn. Is that correct? Alright, okay, I saw a nod from Jimmy.
Sounds right to me.
Okay, gotcha. Before that, oh yeah, then I guess one other game note is that, Brian, the silver bars in Avril's possession are actually a bulk that is too heavy for Avril, so they're inside the cart, which is currently with the Waterside clan, because it was like 57 bulk, and that's you're dead. If that's the case.
Can we have a quick thing where I pay someone, one of the engineers at the Water Clan, to upgrade the robot's defense?
They want to upgrade. You want them to upgrade Robot?
Yeah, it's not very reliable to leave the cart alone because the robot seems to get fucked over every time we do that.
Okay, gotcha. Are you looking to increase, like, tanking, more damage, agility?
Okay, hypothetically, if I were to increase tanking, would that allow the robot to defend our cargo more easily? Because it's preferable to having it have higher attack and just leave corpses around the cart when we get back. Like, how would that play out for you as a DM?
Increase. Let's see. If you increase durability, you're increasing the HP and the armor class, which increases Robot's life in general. Which is honestly, I think, the more thing, because his attacks aren't bad, with that +7, and his armor class is 17. It's just that he has a DC. He only has an armor class of 17 and HP of 26.
Okay, yeah. So we leave the cart and the robot back there, but you know we also have. Did you already move the silver out?
Yeah, the silver is in the cart already.
Okay, then when Avril leaves it back at that base, she's also just going to like go to the matriarch and leave an entire bar of silver with the matriarch and say, please have your engineers upgrade the defenses of this clockwork machine before they head out to the Margreve.
Mother Rye looks at the bar of silver, reaches a clawed hand outwards to grab it, and slides into the room and says, "We can certainly do that, yes." And I rolled well, so Robot now has... Alright, Robot now has an armor class of 18 and HP of 32.
So I'll just subtract one of these ingots.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool.
Alright. Anything else? Oh yes, Mr. Slutsky, so you are currently encumbered. Because of the ingots that you have. The encumbrance in this system is the following. You take a -10 penalty to all your speeds, and you are clumsy 1, which means all your dexterity abilities are done with a -1 penalty. Now, I know you wanted the Ebon Steel ingots on your person because that's your thing, but you can put it within Avril's cart, since that's not necessarily the thing you need on your person at all times.
Yeah, let's put it in the cart.
Perfect, because that was 4 bulk, and that brings you down to 6 immediately underneath you're no longer encumbered. Yay.
Yay.
Right.
By the way,
yes,
Jared, can I leave another silver ingot with them and have them upgrade the cart as well?
Sure. What kind of improvements are you looking for the cart? Are you making okay, I'll split it into 3 categories. Do you want it to be more durable? Do you want it to be faster? Or do you want it to be larger and basically increase the bulk in the people that it can carry?
So right now it's just the normal covered wagon. I want them to make it more durable, and let's have a door on it that can lock, so it'll take people more than just reaching in to steal things from us.
Okay. All right. Let me quickly. We're gonna just say that we're gonna retroactively do this because this is something that your expertise can definitely help in that case. So go ahead and make it a crafting check for me, please.
Craft.
Ooh. Okay. You only need to beat a 12 because I rolled a natural 20.
Well, you're gonna hit me with a 1 now.
There it is. 17. Perfect. Okay. With the more durable cart, that doubles the HP from 14 to 28. And they are making it more durable, so the hardness is now 6, and the armor class is now 12. Hardness reduces the incoming damage, and the broken special is much more difficult. And they basically had to add more bits into it because it's a cover cart. So they took out the canvas and built in a wooden cover and top and the door that is there. Okay, I'm assuming you want a lock on that door, right?
Yeah, that would be.
Okay, gotcha.
Nice.
All right. So, do you want keys for everybody, or just a single key for you?
The whole party gets a key.
All right. So everyone now has access to Avril's cart. All right. Beautiful. All right. Any other questions, comments, concerns, queries, clarifications?
I'm good.
I'm good.
All right. Yes. So it is the 25th of sowing. Just a couple minutes from midday, as you guys are at the Temple of Rava, surrounded by these sounds of gears clicking, soft footfalls here and there. I imagine Jeremy wouldn't have put you guys in his actual dormitory room, so you're most likely in a private space meant for meditation or a meeting with or a meeting between priests and their dignitaries. Very calm and peaceful. That's right. The other important thing is that you guys hired Benjin. Almost decided to charge him for the land that he's going to be taking care of you and the cows. And he has left after he got permission from you guys to go ahead and see if he can get his family to come with you guys to Oleg's trading post. But that is not important right now. Okay. Was there anything else you guys want to do at the temple, or do you guys want to head over to the Broken Seal Tavern and speak to Rosalind?
I'm ready to go talk to Ryan.
I'm ready.
Alright, I heard 2 yeses. Okay, you guys leave the temple, meandering southwards before you hit the main avenue, going through the Crown Square, past the Rampant Roach. And you guys do see that there are guards posted outside the Rampant Roach, city watchmen actually, 2 humans who are there, and they're giving glares around at the people that pass by. But it does seem that the harassment that the Rampant Roach was enduring during this trying time has quieted down. You hear whispers here and there of how there has been a meeting of the council has been called, but no one else has been allowed inside except for the consuls themselves. Which generally people is creating all this sort of wide speculation about what they might be talking about. There are whispers of war, possibly marauding from the east, or even the undead from the north. There's some talks about cults, magic, monsters in the sewers, and it is nice to know the truth of such things as you guys make your way past and head towards the Broken Seal Tavern. Mostly for for Slutsky and for Declan. The Broken Seal Tavern, it sits in the Dock District, surrounded by a bunch of warehouses. It is close to where the Puffing Bridge is, which controls a lot of the northbound traffic, but otherwise it is it's a black sheep amongst the herd, amongst the flock, because it is a nice 2-storied establishment, well done and beautiful oak wood, gilded rooftops, wonderful sign, done in common, draconic, and dwarvish. The Broken Seal Tavern, all is welcome. There's a bit of a porch where you guys see that there are folks lounging outside, and the clientele here looks to be the well-to-do folks. You see collegium students in with their robes and their magical books on hand. You see probably the affluent sons and daughters of merchants lounging about as well, and you hear the sound of a fiddle emanating from the outside. And as if on cue, the door opens, and you guys watch as Narissa steps out. This beautiful, blonde, elf-marked woman. Today she has eschewed her normal dress of crimson, and is wearing more utilitarian garb, you might say, even for her. Trousers, actually, a tunic that is still tight-fitting. And she has what looks to be almost like a little circlet upon her brow, reminiscent of a crown. As she sweeps down the stairs and looks to Bonk and Admiral and says, "I'll be honest here, I'm a little annoyed. It's been days. You went off on that." She looks around, just brings her voice down to whisper, "You went off on a mission with blue eyes. I haven't heard anything from any of you. You disappeared. I heard that you went to the Waterside clan and haven't decided to stay here. What the fuck is up? Also, hello," looks to Slutsky and Declan. "Hi, my name is Narissa. I am the proprietor of the Broken Soul Tavern. You're both welcome, but what the fuck is up with this, you two?"
Hello. Slutsky is overwhelmed.
I didn't realize we reported to you directly.
No! But I thought we're friends. You know, it's nice to know, hey, we're alive. Hey, we have things we want to do. Simple courtesy and communication.
We've known you for
maybe want
like a
to
day.
go on a walk and talk about some things? Out.
John, you're a little soft there. Can you?
Oh, for real? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Do you maybe want to go for a walk and talk about some things outside?
He's still pretty quiet for me.
Okay.
I was going
I'll
for my mic,
turn him up.
Gotcha. I've got him 200%, so maybe that's the thing.
Right, like can hear you, but it's pretty soft.
I will play with my mic settings and see what I can get.
Gotcha, yeah. To April, she says, "That hurts. You've been staying in my establishment for 2 weeks." Looks to Bonk. "Sure, we can
I've been paying
definitely
to stay on your couch.
You haven't been staying on the couch. You haven't been staying on my couch. You've been paying very little in comparison to what I usually charge."
You want a silver ingot?
Is that a sex thing or a real
Explain
thing?
to me what a silver ingot could possibly be.
Well, you see, some people enjoy what might be called fisting, or having things inserted into body parts.
You're gonna
That might
get
be a little
metal
larger than
poisoning.
Possibly, but you know, I'm not here to kink shame. If you have an actual silver ingot, yes, I'll take it. It'll be very nice, and I'm very appreciated. And
Okay, let's go talk first, and then we can forget that this ever happened. Let's just let's just go on a. Bonk wants to go on a walk. You're gonna say no to Bonk.
I'm never gonna say no to Mark. All right, as she steps forward, and like offers her arm to somebody. She doesn't really. She's more of a general ask if anyone wants to take her arm. No, all right,
Just
fine.
walk outside.
I won't leave her hanging. I mean, sure. And I'll introduce myself too.
Hello, hi. What is your name?
Declan Ravovic.
Pleasure.
Pleasure
Narissa.
to make your acquaintance.
Yes, Narissa there going. And how about yourself, dearie? As she looks over at Slutsky. All right, he's very, very shy. That's fine.
Slutsky is wide-eyed, very confused.
All right. And with that, she walks with you all, and she kind of looks at Monk. Is this a conversation that means we need to be aware? People might be following, listening in. I see. All right. And she immediately turns south, going across the main thoroughfare and into a nearby alleyway, which kind of adjuts into the Collegium district. And you guys immediately feel the sound of the street begin to fade away to a to an afterthought as you guys are walking along.
Very impressive.
I just happen to know the areas around. It's nice. It pays to know where you can go and have a private conversation. Now then, you all wanted to talk about something?
Yeah. So, I don't know. I might not be the best person to explain all this. Avril, do you want to take a crack at it?
Oh, maybe our scribe has a better record of what happened. You're a scribe, right, Declan?
Yeah, Blood Boy, what do you got?
I mean, not a scribe per se. I do enjoy taking notes. How much information would you like me to try to give?
Well, just give it to me straight. How about that? Because it seems like you're all dancing around a very possibly delicate situation, and I don't like that. Okay.
How much into cult are you?
I'm sorry, what?
She's just gonna blurt that out. How culty are you?
I'm.
On a scale of 1 to cult.
I don't really like cults.
You don't like them.
They're dangerous, to say at least. If they're,
You like magic?
Cult, magic's fascinating.
Yeah.
It's fun, but dangerous.
Don't they have an item that can detect magic on people? Wasn't that one of the things?
Say that you have?
Or that any of us had? I forget.
I have a detect magic spell, and actually, also, if we happen to walk into the Broken Seal, and anybody there had an evil aura, my totemic tattoo of good should have alerted me if they were within 30 feet.
That's true. Technically, you guys did not walk into the premises. You guys were on the stairs before she saw you guys and exited out. Just let you know.
So is Declan's tattoo always going off because I have the Chalice of Forbidden Pleasures on me?
It does. It's for an aura on people, not necessarily items.
You're telling me you're not a person, Avril?
Actually,
It says evil auras.
Evil auras. That's a good question. Yeah, it would be. It's for alignment, so it's specifically for people and entities and creatures, rather than objects.
Okay. Avril's gonna openly detect magic on the lady.
Sure. Are you trying to mask the hand gestures for detect magic?
No, it's just Avril's tired of waiting. She's just openly just in front of her face.
Sure, absolutely. You do so. She looks over at you, and you cast the magic, and you notice no magical presence is coming from her.
Okay, she's clean. Tell her whatever.
All right.
Okay.
So we're worried that there's
Got it.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you do it. You do it. You have notes.
I'm trying to review them right now. Yeah, we're worried that there's a group of the Cloven Nine that are like posted up in your basement.
Okay, no. We know the Cloven Nine. Okay, so there's this cult that wants to start a race war, right? And they're trying to blame kobolds on it, and then they sacrifice people to appease their god of like death and blood and meanness. And apparently, at least one of the Cloven Nine is in on it. And also, there's a spy in the Broken Seal, in this dancing seal tavern, who is in disguise, but she's actually a high priestess of this goddess of avarice and evil.
Yes, and her name is Ivory, and she has a room at the Broken Seal. But she is always masked under illusions.
So, do you promise to us that you're not Ivory?
She slowly extricts herself from Declan, sits, kind of leans against one of the alley walls, and begins to bite her nails. This is bad. All right.
Hey, but do you promise you're not Ivory?
I'm not this Ivory person. No, that's not me.
Swear it. Swear it on... Avril, what's the god she should swear it on?
Jared, God knowledge, please.
A good god for swearing upon course.
Oh, yeah. Avril says, the answer is always cores. Every time. Cores all the way.
Every
she
single
lo-
time.
She looks around. You takes her a second, and then she realizes that you've all staring at her. She raises her hand and says, "I swear by Cores, Father of Light and the Dawn, justice, truth, that I am not Ivory."
And you don't swear anything on. I didn't write down what that evil god's name was.
Moreno?
Lorena, I'll write that down right now.
Okay,
You don't swear anything on Lorena ever, do you? Like, ever?
No.
You know she, like, was in town?
I'm confused.
The evil god? Yes?
Actually, in, like, here, in...
Speaking to people?
Alright,
Hanging out?
okay, well...
Not offering her services to loyal...
This is okay, I'm sorry, this is a lot to process, first off. My staff...
You're telling me we almost got killed by the death cold.
Okay.
And then the goddess spoke to us.
Alright, my establishment is compromised. My staff is compromised. The people I've been doing business with have been undermining the city. Great.
Do you have a big red button that just self-destruct? Kill them all? Should we kill them all? Do you want us to kill them all?
She continues to bite her nails, and she's like, "Do I go to the guard? Do we?"
No, look at us. We're good at killing things. We're really good at killing things.
Yeah, but this is bad. Like, this is treason.
Yeah, that's why we're offering our services as professional killers.
She's like, "No, it's just."
Have you seen us after a room of people that are not trustworthy?
That's not the issue. The issue is that this is big. As in, I, a woman that has been doing dealings with the underworld, is considering going to the city watch.
Oh, yeah, that's the other part. Is the City Watch is going to find out soon. They're shortly soon going to be informed of the whole kerfuffle, which is why we wanted to let you know so the Cloven 9 doesn't come and, like, kill you.
Yeah, probably if anything, you might want to get on the barge that we got that's headed back to the Margreve, because the Margreve is kind of safer than whatever you've got going on here now, actually.
Okay,
You want to go on the barge? We got the barge ready.
She slowly slides down the alley wall, and draws her knees up to her chest.
Yeah, I get that you're stressed out, but we're like short on time, and if you want to not get attacked by the city guard and the black market, you probably want to get on the barge that we've got set up.
It looks bad if I run.
It doesn't look good if you stay.
Well, we can vouch for you. We're the people who uncovered this whole plot.
Right.
It doesn't look good for us if we vouch for a known person harboring the entirety of the black market under her house.
How about this? She says as she gets back up. I'll just go to the City Watch. I'll just turn myself in, and we'll go from there.
They'll kill you in jail. Just get in the barge.
I think that's a good idea. I think it's a good idea to turn yourself into the City Watch.
Oh no! We know the government's.
We don't want that.
The inside.
She's like, I like this city. It's my home.
You can come back when everything has cleared up.
And she just begins to like moan and kind of hold her head in her hand.
Consider it a natural vacation, a hiking vacation.
Exile's not a vacation. You don't choose exile usually.
Yeah, but then you come back, so it's like a temporary reprieve.
Sweet Christmas. That's not
This has scores.
But
April's gonna look at this guy and pull out the talisman that she constantly uses for cores. Hey, cores, is this a good idea for her to go to maybe not stay here? Maybe?
I'm gonna go ahead and just go ahead and roll. There is no answer.
See? Cores says yes.
She's like,
Do you want me to ask Lorna too? We've talked. He's not a fan, but she's a lot more present than the other gods.
Well, we're going to go to the City Guard anyway and tell them what we know, so you might as well come with us.
This is what's going to happen, she says. She stands up. I'm going to go back to the tavern. I'm going to act like things happened. I'm then going to go find evidence, and then I'm going to turn into the City Watch. And hopefully that will help my case look a lot better.
It's been nice knowing you.
I think that's smart.
She looks to you guys. Well, she walks up and she kisses each of you on the cheek, except for Declan and
Everyone
Joey.
watches.
She's like, oh right. How long are you guys staying in the city after this?
We were never here.
That's a good question.
Never mind.
We're
I'll send word. Okay, if you don't hear from me, I'm imprisoned. If you do hear from me, that means that it's been sorted somehow, some way.
It's on you, prisoner.
Alright. And you feel confident that you can search for this evidence without arousing suspicion?
If you don't submit, if I don't find anything, I can just make some. It's fine. There's plenty of illegal things in there that I can nail them to the wall for.
Hmm.
All right.
Well, it's not the whole Cloven Council. It's just the one or two of them, I think.
You sure about that? I thought it was the whole thing.
Is it? Let me check my notes.
Well, the Cloven Nine is one of the major criminal gangs, so it's really bad. And while you guys don't know how much of the organization is involved with Morena, it's enough that the city is going to basically bring down the hammer in dealing with the Cloven Nine.
Hey there.
Oh, hey, Consul Malenik is also involved.
Yeah, a consul in the count.
Yeah, that's why jail's not safe. I thought we went over that. I forgot, I guess.
All right.
But how racist are you? Big question.
Pardon?
How racist are you?
I love everyone.
Okay, well, if you want, we have good connections that will keep you alive longer with the Kobold Underground and the Crab People. Just two options that don't involve you going to jail with potential consul rats.
Gee, I'm so screwed.
Avril will pull out the Lich King's finger. You see? It's official.
Although it is possible some of the Kobold Kings are also involved in trying to help the Death Cult.
Oh, not this guy. This guy cannot cooperate for the life of him.
Oh, no, not the dead one. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. You know the Waterside clan, the Karov, yes? She says.
Oh, you don't want
Yeah, we're
the dead
besties
Kobold.
with them.
No, I don't deal with liches or potential liches, so how?
Kobolds. So you are racist.
I don't know if you can be racist against a lich.
It's not. No, it's the lich that's really bothering.
Well, if the Lich is a kobold.
All right, how about this? I just tell the clan that I would love and to enjoy their hospitality. How about that? And I'll make more money there
Avril
once I.
will rip out a paper, sign a message basically saying, hey, take care of this person, please, thanks, signed her name. Here, just take this to them.
She takes it. Wonderful. All right. I'll see you all hopefully soon then.
Come to the Margreve.
She looks to Declan and Jaromir and to Slutsky. Nice to make your acquaintance. Before she takes a couple steps, stops, straightens her back and kind of like brushes down her clothes, takes a deep breath and continues to walk back towards the tavern.
How admirable.
Yep. Well, do we want to head back to the Temple of Rava to await our missive from the Kobold King when he needs us? We're assuming later today.
Sure, works for me.
Let's go.
All right, you guys make your way back down the main thoroughfare towards the Temple of Rava. Let's compare to the. That takes about. All right, and when you guys get there, and the main entranceway, you guys see that there are a squadron of 5 people, 2 Dragonborn, a Raven folk, a human, and a tiefling, wearing strange like blue and white armor. But no one's panicking or anything. In fact, they are speaking to one of the acolytes, who sees you guys and gestures in your direction. Let me quickly roll some things. All right. None of you guys recognize the actual garb itself, but as you guys make your way towards them, this group goes to meet you. The Dragonborn, who's got a heavily scarred snout, bronze scaled, walks up to you all and says, "Pleasure to meet you all. Would you mind coming with us?"
Who are you?
Oh, Blue Stripes.
Blue Stripes,
Blue
the...
I'm colorblind.
What are we going with you for?
Are you actually colorblind? Sorry, I'll ask the question. No. Oh, we're here to escort you to the Citadel.
On whose orders?
The Lady Fennel Marak.
And who is that?
All right. Let's see. No, not Deck. Let's see. Yeah, it is Declan. Declan. As they say the name, you look at the garb, which slowly kind of pieces together. So there is a group called the Praetors, who are mostly hidden, but they manage the judges, informants, the secret police, and the spies of Zobek. And there's only one member that is publicly known, and that is Lady Fennel Merrick.
Okay. Is she like part of the council or anything, or is she just kind of her own? Like, is this like a government entity? Is she like the master of spies within the? Does she have a seat on the council, and is that her role, or is she just like this independent entity that is like the person who runs the spies?
She doesn't have a seat in the council. She does not have a seat in the council. She directly reports to the lady mayor. And really, people don't know what exactly they do, since the Praetors don't really come out and tell who the people they are. But except for her, she's the one that's actually officially gone ahead and informed the public that she is a Praetor. Is there anything else I can tell you that's interesting about her? Survey says, oh, she's also Lord Commander of the Free Army. Sorry, that's an important fact. Shit.
Okay.
She's basically the head of she's the head of the military as well.
Okay. And what does she want us for?
The Dragonborn just shrugs. Apologies, don't really ask. She says, "I follow."
No hables common. Me goblin.
He switches to Goblin and says, "I apologize that I've been speaking in a tongue that you understand. We are here to escort you to Lady Fennel Merrick."
I say in common. All right, whatever, man. It was worth trying.
All right. Do you guys follow these blue stripes?
They're all Blue Stripes? Like that's the name of their police? I thought that was like the individual gold dragonborn's name was Blue Stripes.
Sorry, we're blue stripes.
Is wearing Blue Stripes?
Yes. I mean, their armor and clothes are like blue and striped. They haven't given you names. You don't see any other insignia beyond that.
Gotcha. I would like to ask for some names.
All right. You can make a diplomacy check if you don't mind.
I would be happy to.
We'll make it a DC 13.
Okay, I got a +0, so here goes.
Let's go, buddy.
That's a 9.
That's 9. You just get stone faced. They don't respond.
Okay. And how do you know who we are?
The Dragonborn steps closer and whispers, "We are aware of the evidence you brought forth, and privy to the discussions you had with the King Kroto Cragclaw, and your involvement in the return of Roslyn and Burke."
These guys seem trustworthy. I think we should go with them.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
All right. You guys are escorted by these blue striped back out through the crown square before heading northwards. You guys make your way towards the Citadel District, which I don't think anyone's been there before. But dominating the district is the massive hill upon which the Citadel sits. The seat of government, the main training ground as well. But you guys don't actually go there. You go to, I think it's number 57. You guys go to a small blue building at the base of the actual Citadel. Just like its name, it is a blue house with shuttered windows. Two other blue stripes stationed outside. As you guys make your way indoors, as it's very well lit, so it's not dark at all. But once you guys get inside, you're escorted to a lounge and sit down. And after a moment, a woman enters the room. She's old, about maybe 50 and 60, hair more white than actual gray. Her face is wrinkled and she has massive scars all across her face, leaving with a permanent sneer. Declan, can you please make a perception check for me, please?
Yes, I can. Perception. 11 total.
Gotcha. Okay. She's wearing a simple dress of green, trimmed in silver, almost at odds with the blue decorum around you all. Before she sits down, you guys also notice that she's wearing a short sword and an impressive array of daggers on her belt. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I am Lady Fennel Merrick. Please sit.
Thank you.
How do you, pleasure to meet you as well. How do you spell that?
I'm just gonna type it out. But it's
Okay.
FENYLL space Merrick, MARACK.
M-A. Okay. I'm doing the same, like, it'll pop up on my arm thing.
She says, now then, I've been told that in your possession is a recording stone. Do you mind if I listen to the recording?
Do we have that recording, or did we give it to Proto Black?
Oh, I've got it.
No, Declan does.
It's my understanding that this recording is going to be used or played at some sort of a court or tribunal of sorts. Is that appropriate to give you access to evidence before something like that?
Yes, it will be played at the tribunal. I would like to confirm the veracity of myself. Before I go ahead and explain what else is the proposal that is on the table. Before we go to that, you only need to play a little bit if you do not feel comfortable showing off all the information.
Before we do,
Yeah. Huh?
Go ahead. Pardon me.
No. What?
Before we do, can we ask what your incentive is in all this? Like, what's your motive? Where do you stand?
I am the only publicly known praetor of the city. I am a patriot, loyal to her and its citizens. I would like to see justice be done, and done in the right and proper way, with the most amount of impact. Therefore, I'm here to ascertain the veracity of the recording that is here, to ensure that it makes its way to the tribunal untampered with.
That kind of makes sense to me.
And with that, you watch she slowly reaches into a bag, into a pouch, and pulls out a scroll and unfurls it and hands it to Avril, who I imagine is the closest. That there is a writ, granting me full authority by the Lady Mayor herself in these matters. also for a little bit of legitimacy, and hopefully to put your minds at ease.
Is that been notarized by an appropriate priest of Rava?
It has, yes.
Great, I'm
It
in.
has been. Very perfect. Good. Yes.
I'm gonna hear that question and just pass it straight to Declan.
Yeah, you see that it has been notarized by the high priestess herself.
Oh, yeah, you can listen to this whole thing.
Wonderful. We only need to listen to a little bit for me to ascertain. I know very much about Malancha Vendemic, so please.
Okay.
Alright, do you just want to pay like the first like minute too? Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So basically, whenever she's like, "All right, that's enough."
Alright, she plays like a minute, forcing you all to relive the terrible beginning of the torture scene, though she stops it. Thank you very much. She pockets the stone for asking back for the writ that she gave you all. I assume you give it to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, now then, to the proposal. Based on the situation I've heard and discussing with Blue Eyes in the King Krotokagla and testimony from Burke and Rosanin, you all stumbled upon this information. Yes, you came into contact with the actual cult, but the stone and everything else was finding by happen chance. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Alright. Due to the very high-profile nature of this case, treason, and amongst even the highest echelons of our government, we are going to portray the narrative a little differently, and which means a couple things. First, it's going to be said that Zobekian intelligence is the one that discovered this, and that this was done hand in hand with the kobolds of the ghetto to ensure that there was a unified front. What this means for you all is that obviously you will not gain the fame and glory that you all deserve, but it serves better that for the city that it was not just happenstance, but that we dealt with this with a firm and quick hand.
Are we going to get other rewards if we are not allowed this fame?
Absolutely, we will give you compensation. 3,000 gold bars are going to be delivered. We are willing. Sorry, that is wrong. We would love to gift you all a townhouse in Upper Zobek, rent and expenses paid for by the city for a decade, tax exempt. In addition, we will also gift you all clemency upon one crime committed within our city, barring sedition, engaging the slave trade, espionage, and treason.
Now, hold on. None of us reported, and you're giving one house to the four of us. And honestly, the gold is a little paltry for the amount of annoyance we've already scrubbed from the city, in addition to the information we've brought to you. So how about instead of the house, you double the gold, and you give us higher priority in trading between here and the Margreve, where we hail from?
Admiral, have you seen? Actually, I'm going to double check some things. Right. I think this might help. So Admiral, you as a merchant, you have a head for like just general like rent prices as I bring it up. So a townhouse in Upper Zobek. The cost of purchase for such an establishment is 60,000 gold. So you're lowballing yourself, just to let you know.
Okay. Why don't you 60,000? Jesus. Why don't you take that 6,000, turn it into 50, and give the Margreve, how should we say, certain privileges when it comes to trading, certain priorities and power between the Margreve and yourself?
Oh, she like, it is my understanding that the Margreve is not a city-state or a nation-state at this point in time, despite your efforts at this current moment.
It's a rapidly growing outpost in which we already have prosperous trade with the nearby neighbors, and we've more than proven ourselves to be able to fend off troubles. All we're missing is a significant amount of workers and resources to build ourselves a castle, if that's what you would require of us. In fact, helping us with that would probably be a pretty nice reward for what we've done for Zobek.
True.
Even though I've already purchased all the materials we need for that, right?
It's right there. Yeah, that's all been delivered as well. She nods. One moment, please, if you don't mind. She steps out of the room, and closes it behind her.
While she's outside, can we do a little internal huddle?
Yeah.
Avril, do we pay taxes on our imports right now? I'm just a silly little goblin, and I don't understand how the world works. But if we get tax-free importation, that might be nice too.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Bonk. We could specify that. Does Duma talk about taxes a lot with you, or
No, but she talks in her sleep.
about taxes?
In other words, taxes are bullshit unless we're getting the taxes.
So Bonk's internalized dream from that is to demolish taxes.
It's just be taxed to live tax-free. That's all I know.
All right. Sorry, go
Do
please.
you all spend much time here in Zobak? Because it seems to me like it may be beneficial, instead of us splitting up like 3 or 4 different ways each time we come to Zobak, to have a house. And then that would have given us a place, say, to stash captives like we had, or keep information, or...
Sure, you're a priest.
We didn't have anywhere to go, right? Like, it seems to me like it would be helpful to have a home base. Like, not that I'm thrilled with the idea of having captives, but when they're, like, dedicated to, like, an evil god death cult, then, like, sure, we can have a captive, you know?
Do you foresee us getting death cult captives often?
It seems like this death cult hasn't been eradicated yet. And I don't know how confident I am in the city guard that they need to, propagandize our achievements to make them seem more successful.
Well, with the money that we can get down the road, I can assure you we could purchase a better situation for ourselves. In the meantime, I'm fairly confident in the hideaways that we currently have, and the crab people are always open for everyone else. Bonk, you know how hospitable the crab people are.
You mean the water people?
The water crab people.
Oh, wait. Is the water tribe the crab people?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, they're really cool. We don't come to Zobek very often. We spend most of our time in the Margreve.
Yeah, this whole house thing seems like a big waste, unless you wanted to turn it into a business, in which case I can backpedal on everything I've just yelled at the person to go do, which doesn't look great in negotiation, but I'm sure we can fix that somehow.
What if we sold our mushrooms there?
We have a mushroom house here? Instead of
Yeah,
importing?
what if we turned the house here into a mushroom store and we sold all the mushrooms from Tickleweed?
We could just open up a stall in the...
Oh, I turned to the 2 newcomers. Okay, so we befriended the spirit of the forest, and he really likes tickling people, and he can grow mushrooms with his feet, and sometimes the mushrooms make you really strong, and sometimes they poison you, and we have him making a ton of mushrooms, and we're buying him shoes because he's got a foot thing.
Yeah,
Thanks for the update.
I hope it's not against your religion to flood the market with poison.
As long as it's all done, above board.
Well, there's really no legal precedence for doing this.
But what if we had a house where someone could sell the mushrooms, we wouldn't have to pay a middleman, and could buy all the shoes they could get their hands on to send back to Tickleweed?
So the business proposition is to operate out of a large house instead of a stall in the city, and to barter our mushrooms for shoes.
Okay, well, when you put it like that, I thought most of that was already the plan. It was just where we were doing it. I didn't think we had a location for bartering mushrooms yet. I thought we were just going to sell it to someone in Zobek and they would sell it.
Sorry, Jerry, what did you say?
you guys hear a polite knock on the door. And Lady Fennel says, "May I come in?"
Do we let her in? Do we want to keep talking about? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, you can
I
come
think
in.
we're good.
She enters back in and sits down before saying,
Yeah, yeah. You.
All right, lady.
Oh,
Here's the deal.
okay.
I want tax-free importation rights for everything the Margreve produces.
He did want that.
And
Oh,
I want credit. I want the city to your guards can take credit, but you have to also include that kobolds and goblins helped find the truth. Because everyone thought they were causing the problems, but it was actually the kobolds and the goblins and a couple, assorted humans who helped set things right.
that's a pretty good idea.
I think those are important and fair parts of a deal.
"Alright, so when you say the entire Margreve, it is my understanding that there are 3 separate expeditions exploring the Margreve, so
Okay, our
Do you want-
expedition.
Ju-
It's us.
just you all.
Just us.
I see.
In fact, if anything, if you can make the other expeditions have a harder time with their imports, give them higher taxes, that'd be real neat. But we're not going to push for that. That's up to you.
I
Just
see.
if you feel like you appreciate what we've done for you.
I can say, with great certainty, speaking on behalf of the Lady Mayor, that since technically you all aren't a city-state or a nation-state or hold noble title,
Wait,
that
sorry.
this
Sorry for cutting you off, but what do we have to do to be officially recognized for you guys?
You could read the contract. Let's see what the charter says.
What's it called? All right.
There's a whole charter?
There's a charter.
Yeah,
Oh my
I'll put it in
goodness.
the,
Can I read the charter?
Yes, it's been
yeah.
in there.
I think yeah, it's one of the chats. I think it's. If you look at the Lords of the Margrave, yeah, not that. Well, yeah, at the Lords of the Margrave, there's a charter of exploration. That is there. All right. Okay. She said to be really legally recognized. Noble title always helps, because then that creates some level of legit. You all need legitimacy at this point, because I see
Okay.
a group of organ people, a trading post, and not much little else. We can definitely do these things, but I imagine that you would rather have the power and not have to go through numerous legalities of and coming back to us and saying these people also get tax exemption. These people get a tax exemption as well. So
No, we
once
were
you-
saying our whole city state. So how about this? Okay,
yes.
60,000 in compensation for us to keep our mouths shut about this whole situation and laud you people as the best investigators in the universe, as well as very great at killing cultists. We did a lot of that, by the way. A lot of them were killed. And then on top of that, we get tax exemption, and Zobek is the first of many places to recognize us as an official city-state, with all of us here being present as nobility.
As you want, just as you know, Zobek doesn't give titles, but anyway.
No, but basically the power of nobility is just what other people recognize us to be, and if a first major power begins to recognize us as that, then other people will have an easier time following suit, and perception becomes reality.
Alright, with that she says, yes to the gold. Certainly to the emphasis that this was something that could not have been done without the assistance of kobolds and goblins. I don't know where I'm going with this fucking accent. And I can also get this in writing as well, just to emphasize the point. The moment that you all are officially granted your land and settled, recognized by Madgar, because the feeling I'm getting is that you all need that as part of your own deal in charter, then I can guarantee that Zobek will extend a reaching hand and begin negotiations over the duration of tax exemption, legally recognizing your fledgling state, and solidifying good relations. But that
Did you
will happen.
mention the tax exemption? Sorry, I missed that.
Tax exemption can certainly be negotiated in the duration. I can guarantee at least 20 years at the minimum. But since right now this is current discussions, anything longer than that will be negotiated at a later time when you all have solidified your deal out there.
Do I know if Zobek has a strong navy presence?
Zobek does not. Well, for one thing, they have. It's a landlocked land. It's a landlocked city, so there's that.
I thought they were connected. Never mind.
Yeah, it's landlocked, so you do have rivers, but they're still very far from the coastline. They have some. They have they have a very small river navy, but that's mostly for dealing with bandits and that kind of stuff.
Avril's going to look around the room. I'm finding this to be a favorable situation that we're in.
Here's a thought. It seems like we're only getting this tax exempt deal for the government entity that we eventually form if we're successful with the charter. Considering that I am, in all likelihood here, heading with you all to set up this outpost of set up the Shrine to Rava for additional trade legitimacy and being able to notarize trade deals and such. Could we set it up that if a trade deal, like I can create a seal specific to our settlement, and that if a trade deal is notarized with the symbol of our settlement, even before we get that official recognition, then we can get that tax-free trade and get that now so that it helps us to build up our economic status more quickly.
I tend to agree with the Blood Man. And looking at our charter, they are contractually bound to provide a generous stipend of funds, support, and advice once we are recognized as a nation. So them promising to do tax breaks once we're already a nation? I mean, it's kind of already contained in our charter. What we really need is support right now so that we can invest and actually earn that status in the first place, right?
But that's mad.
I'm just a silly little goblin. I don't understand the T's and the W's of it all.
I'm very confused why you say that after all that discussion. Sorry, you were saying something, Miss Abra.
Well, Bonk, I think that's Madgar.
Is this not Madgar?
No, we're in Zobek.
This is Zobek. A lot of people here would be very insulted by this. You just took everything you said intelligently, and it's out the window now. We can certainly arrange a seal that can be used and officially recognized so that you all can benefit from this in the meantime.
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
Great. I'll get one casted up and coordinate with the Temple of Rava here in the city to make sure it's recognized on official documentation things.
With that being said, 60,000 gold is a lot to deliver in bars and gold. Is there a bank you all want us to deposit that amount in, or would you rather we actually deliver this amount somewhere?
With my knowledge of mercantilism, what is an ideal situation for us, Jared?
Most
Do we
likely
want to
from a
leave
bank.
it? You want us to leave it in a bank here, and then we get
Yeah.
Zobek's grip?
Yeah, it's better to have in a bank, because 60,000 gold is a lot. Even if you get
How do we
bars.
even carry that? And what we get robbed?
Yeah, so let's go. So every bar is one bulk. That's fucking hell. That's so much.
No, it's fun. We know it's gonna be terrible to carry around with us.
Yeah, 600
But-
bars of gold.
How strong is Zobek's economy, and how far does their script go if we tried to use it somewhere else?
It's pretty solid. It's very solid. There is a flying city from the Southlands that comes here exclusively to trade. In its 100 years, it has not been taken, despite basically being slammed front and center in Madgarian lands. And yeah,
Yes, we would like to deposit that into a Zebekian bank, and we would like your finest financial advisor to help us use that money and invest it for Zobek's growth, simultaneously bringing us returns on what we've put in, 60,000 coinage.
That can certainly be arranged, she says. I can come up with a list of candidates that I can have delivered to us. You have a better idea.
Well, surely someone in your position has their own financial advisor. Can we not just use that person? Are you saying 60,000 coinage is not enough for that? Whoever you employ?
Now, I generally don't reveal this much, but do you really want a member of the Zebekian establishment who's high up in our government to be advising you and potentially throwing you all into a puppet state?
No. We're only using this for the 60,000 gold.
I see.
Consider it a reinvestment into Zobek, our goodwill, and our trust that the money will be used properly and will flourish and grow and bring both of us returns.
I see. Are you familiar with the gnomish bank Vant and Brent?
Oh yeah, well, I was just there.
Oh yes. I wholeheartedly recommend the brothers for this. Then.
Wait, gnomes are real?
My opinion of you is fluctuating all over the place.
He's only 3.
You wanna
Anyway, alright, so, she watches, she snaps her fingers, and a different Ravin scribe enters, and she begins to say, alright, so to simplify the deal, 60,000 gold to be deposited in the bank account for Vant and Print. No townhouse. At this point in time, we will go ahead and create this seal that you all can use to grant certain merchants tax exempt at your discretion. At this time, we will say for at least a decade. Once things can solidify around, we will go ahead and renegotiate and deal with that.
Hold on.
And
Hold on.
Each of you each of you will also be given discretion and be pardoned for a crime, barring sedition, engaging in the slave trade, espionage, and treason.
You had mentioned 2 decades just a moment ago, and in your contract you are telling us 1 decade now.
Oh, I apologize. 2 decades.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, if you don't all mind standing here, please.
Hey, hang on. I know that Zobek is part of Badgar. What is the difference?
One's a free city-state that does not recognize nobility. The other one is a bunch of horse lords who are holding on to their laurels of the past.
Okay, that's a good difference. That's on me.
Alright, and with that, you guys sign the document. She shakes each of your hands. Declan, can you go ahead and roll another perception check for me, please?
Sure thing.
And then, before we leave, I want to cast Detect Magic in this room.
Alright, are you doing this visibly?
No.
Okay,
As people are shaking hands and moving around, and there's just enough cover.
Sure. Okay, gotcha. So I'll start with this. I'll start with yeah. Go ahead and roll a thievery check for me, please. You do have a +2 bonus since you are trying to mask with the confusion of the handshaking and the signing. And then we'll do Declan's thing.
Okay. I rolled a 24.
Gotcha, 17. Alright. As you are casting your Detect Magic spell, you sense quite a few magic presence on the woman. Quite a few. At least 7 distinct ones arrayed across her person. Declan, when you are shaking hands...
across her person?
7 prisons like across her body. One of her eyes. Most likely like a necklace or a brooch that is currently covered by her outfit. 2 bracers around her wrists. At least two of the daggers at her hip. And two daggers at her hip. Brings us to Declan. Declan, as you are shaking her hand, so I don't really like definitive evil per se. So we'll do like a more generalized thing that kind of goes against a mixture of Robin beliefs and then Declan's own moral consciousness.
Okay.
We're gonna go ahead. The music is not helping with the vibe I'm trying to create. As you take your hand and shake it, you feel your new tattoos shiver and shake. And in that you get a glimpse a little bit into this woman. You sense a cold, hard, calculating will. And a depth that knows no bounds to what she is capable of doing. You sense in this woman the will to do whatever it takes to accomplish her goals. Murder, lie, frame, blackmail, all of it's on the table, and she has no compunction to do so. For she loves and wishes to protect her say so much that she was willing to engage in any depravity.
Okay.
And with that, the handshake breaks. And with that, she says, "Thank you all very much. I imagine we'll be seeing each other more in the future." Oh, also, here's your copy of the deal we just gave you all.
Cool. I'll hold on to it.
Now, if you do not mind, I must go ahead and deliver this to the council so we can get on to the execution in a couple of days. Have a good day, she says. And she leaves.
Did you just say execution?
Wait,
Oh,
who
yeah.
will you be executing?
Oh, Melange Vendemic is absolutely going to die. As is the blood sister that you turned into King Croto Cragclaw.
You know, her goddess wants us to kill her. Maybe you're better off leaving her alive and interrogating her.
Oh, she's also being interrogated, don't worry.
Okay. As long as you have a trial and stuff.
It should be very fast and very quick.
She is guilty.
A little more words than that, but very close. Was there anything else you all wish to discuss, or shall I? All right. You have a good day. My associate, she gestures to one of the doors that opens up. You guys watch as the same bronze dragonborn from before steps forward. Will escort you out. Have a good day. And she strides away, followed by the scribe that was with her.
Deal.
All right. You guys are all escorted out of the Blue House, to which you guys are met by a different Ravin scribe who walks over to Avril and hands you 4 different stamped seals, and those are for you. You guys see that there's been like a little tree inscribed into it. Upon the trunk is what looks to be a stylized OLT, almost like reminiscent of Oleg's trading post, in addition to a small little crest of Zobek's own.
Cool.
Sorry, what are those?
Oh, these are the wax stamps you guys were asking for, yeah.
Great.
I really think we should maybe have like a profile of a goblin on our crest, and maybe I don't know. You give him a cowboy hat for zest. I don't know. I'm just thinking here, just spitballing.
The scribe hasn't left yet, and Lo says, "Do you want me to redo this? I can do that."
We're fine.
Oh, no.
Thank you. They're very pretty. Excellent craftsmanship.
Thank you. Praise be to Rava.
Praise be to Rava.
All right. You guys have left the blue house. I don't think I actually established this before we did this little side bit. But so it is currently the 25th. Your girl Toby is supposed to come back to Zobek to pick you guys up in 2 days. So if there's anything else you guys wish to do in that time.
We should probably get the magical items that were owed by Cragclaw, right?
Oh yeah. You guys can just tell me. I can kind of just whoosh, you got them. Do you guys need a reminder of what those were?
I haven't written down, but in case everyone else does.
I just need to find where in here it is.
Look up Candle of Summoning.
There we go. Thank you. Okay.
We had to pick one, Jared, is that correct?
That's correct, yes. The Whispering Cloak, the Pipe of the Sewers, and the Candle of Summoning.
They're all pretty cool!
I thought we were picking 2 of the 3. Because we were like yes to the cloak, and then we were unsure about the candle or the pipes.
Yeah, I don't remember that part, honestly. I only have down the 3 items.
It's 2.
Right, that's all I wrote down too, so.
No, it's 2. Yeah, you're right, it is 2.
There we go.
Do you guys want me to,
Well-
re-go through what each of the items do? Just for clarity's sake?
I can also put it in the chat for people to read. Just pasted it. I don't need any of these items, so you all should pick what, if any of them speak to you. Feel free to grab them.
You don't want the pipe of the sewers?
I would love it. Don't get me wrong.
That doesn't like fit. Are goblins and rats like cousins or something?
Oh no.
I despise you and everything you stand for.
no.
I would love the pipes. I think that would be hilarious, but I got plenty of magical gear on me already.
I mean, I think that Whispering Cloak sounds really cool. If one of y'all want it, I have the bangle of Shroud over here that helps me be stealthy. But I'm happy to take it if you guys don't want it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to take. I would love an AC boost. Oh, that AC boost is only if you become a shadow creature, right?
That's correct, yes.
How
Okay.
long does that last?
That lasts for 1 minute. It can be used twice a day.
And the non-magical attacks can't be made. That means any physical attack, correct? So attacking with a magical item would still end the shadow form?
Well, it wouldn't end the shadow form, but you'd be able to make attacks with magical items. But just
So I would be able to use my magic whip.
Yes. Just like if you try to use like a normal short sword, it would not work.
Oh, I do want that now. I do have this sensor that just produces darkness if anyone is extra excited about the dark part of it. You'd have to be able to see through magical darkness, which I can't do.
It seems like we're leaning towards the pipe and the cloak. I hesitate for candle at all because even though the pipe is very specific to one location, at least it's not going to disappear after a long enough time. So
That's a very good point.
So if we can only take 2 of the 3, it sounds like we're all in on cloak and pipe.
Cool.
Yep.
That makes sense.
All right, sounds good. Whose inventories am I dropping these items in?
I'm happy to take them, but can I give up some of my other stuff? Like, if am I able to put this in the chat for people to see? But I do not want to hog the magical items by any means. People should help themselves, do whatever they would like.
Well, Bonk, that's very selfless of you. I think we're all kind of swimming in items, unless anyone is not. But there is a very good market for these kinds of things. We can make a lot of money or curry favor with nations and peoples.
Don't we have too much money already? Didn't you have to go to a bank?
It turns out it costs a lot of money to build up a nation.
That's a
Like
good
a lot.
point.
Like, imagine all the cows that you want. Cows are not super cheap.
Okay, I already have 8. Cows make themselves. You just have baby cows. And then you have 16, and then you have more than 16, however many that is.
Hiring a professional to teach you how to take care of cows is going to cost us a lot.
I already know how to take care of cows, and that's why we have Benjen.
Yeah.
But fine. Does anyone want this sensor of dark shadows? I put it in the chat in Foundry if people want to look at it. If you could see through magical darkness, it'd give you a huge buff to your attack. Too bad I can't see in magical darkness.
Yep, sorry.
Yaramir, your magic suit doesn't give you night vision, does it?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear us?
I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, I walked away. Sorry, I put it in chat.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, Bongo was asking if your suit gives you dark vision. We told
Go ahead.
I do not get dark vision. I thought I might have had oh no, I had an option between goggles or not goggles on my suit, and that's something I might try to install later, but no.
Well, I got the sensor of dark shadows in my inventory that creates magical darkness, but the issue is my dark vision does not apply to magical darkness, and so it blinds me in addition to everyone. So, if you want it, all yours. If not, maybe we sell it.
I say we sell it because I'm gonna probably include that functionality in my suit at some point.
Dope.
Or like some kind of sort of dark vision.
Wait. So this sensor creates dark vision, which means that if you are adding dark vision, it might be worthwhile.
I thought that let you. That was the other way around. That you made you see it. I will take it then. Unless we need the money for something else. Although we are getting 60,000 gold, but
yeah, we don't super need the money. It's worth checking if your suit is going to grant you regular dark vision or magical dark vision. If you're not able to see through magical darkness, then it's not worth keeping around.
well, goggles on. Well, some night vision goggles let me see in magic.
I'm double checking quickly. So you can. Okay. The major version, which is something you can make later, can see through magical darkness.
How later are we talking?
Level 8.
Yeah, it's a far ways away.
That's far ways away, yeah. Well, it's not like we need the money right now, so hold on it for now. If we want to sell it later, we always can, so.
Okie dokes, works for me.
Alright, gonna put that in Slutsky's inventory. And then I'll go ahead and just throw the Whispering Cloak and the Pipe of the Sewers into Bonk's inventory, and then y'all can eventually tell me where you guys want those to go, specifically.
Cool. Only 70 GP? Wow.
Yeah. With that being said, you two guys still have 2.5 days. Was there anything else you guys wanted? Sorry, 1.5 days. Do you guys have anything else you guys want to do for that time?
Yes. I would like to add my other tattoo to my totemic tattoo. I believe it's the life. The life tattoo.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the totemic sigil for life on the divine totemic tattoo.
Okay, gotcha. I'll go ahead and shove that in really quickly. Alright. Okay, with that being said, was there anything else that wanted to do something beyond Declan?
I don't think so. Not me, anyway. Anyone else?
We've already contracted with the Raven folk and sent them north, right? We did that a long time ago.
That is correct. Yeah, the Raven's sons you guys were gifted, in addition to the Waterside clan, were all sent out.
Cool.
So they're settling down at the train post.
Cool. Nothing from me, but I think every morning I want to start by summoning a swarm of rats to follow me around for the day.
Gotcha. Wonderful. You cause quite a panic as you are.
Well,
it's not necessarily that you're causing the panic. It's the fact there's a swarm of rats rushing through the city.
Oh well, we'll get used to it.
Yeah. And also,
do
you get anywhere near the rampant roach?
Yeah, I think so.
When you get there, you see, you see Burke, he was like sweeping outside. He looks at you, sees the rats, and he says, "So do you just have a bunch of rats just following you around?"
Yep, they're my horde.
Okay.
You want them?
It really cut down on costs.
Yeah, harvest as many as you want. I'm not using them.
Alright, you watch as he puts his broom against the wall, walks back inside, comes out with a bunch of his cousins, and they just go to town hunting down the rats, who panic, but they can't do anything, because they're just there, magically bound, and he's like, alright, thank you very much, Bonk. That was beautiful.
My pleasure, Burke. Stay safe, make good choices. I won't be here to protect you.
I'll do my best. Do my best, boss. Alright, okay. And Declan, you got your tattoo now, so it's there. Okay, if there's nothing else, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip to the 27th then. Boom. Boom. Alright, so it is the morning of...
Sorry, I should take the 30 gold price of the tattoo out of my rare magical inks?
Yes.
Okay.
That is correct. I think you have like 75?
That brings me from 75 to 45.
Sounds good. Gotcha. Alright, yeah, so over the next 2 days, you guys hear heralds making an official proclamation of what transpired. Talking about how the cult of the Morena has infiltrated the city, and even the highest levels of echelons, but they were dealt with, and they have announced the date of the execution of the former consul and the blood sister to be held in the Crown Square in the 28th. So after you guys already left, and you do hear that asks were heated. Very much that this is a unified effort between kobolds, goblins, and the tall legs that make up the rest of the city. And there is a definite there's definitely a better sense of relaxation now. Although the broken seal is burned down. Because while apparently the city watch wasn't fast enough, and a mob got there, because there's also talk about how the Cloven Nine, in their greed, also allowed the cult to infiltrate the city. So there's no lynchings, but the Broken Seal Tavern is burned down before being cordoned off by the city watch. And in that time, you guys don't see Narissa. You don't see Narissa at all, actually, and she doesn't appear with the Waterside clan. So she's currently MIA.
We might want to go talk to the city about that. Right? She said the whole thing was if she didn't contact us, she's been detained.
Oh, true.
But on the dawn of the 27th, as you're all getting up, making your way, Declan from the temple, Slutsky from the Steamworkers Union, located in the Citadel district, and Bonk and Avril waking up amongst the Waterside clan. As you guys exit out, you see that you see Mother Rye at one of the campfires, and across from her is Larissa. Wearing a cloak. Her hair is dyed. She's now a brunette, and she is dressed like one of the Kara's folks. Although she's wearing like a larger kind of like almost turbanish hat kind of deal, which covers her ears. She looks at all of you. All right, so things haven't gone well, but we're alive, and the city's not after me. So I call that a win.
I'll say.
Yeah, shame that the tavern is burned down because the city had already said that they... Doesn't matter. It's burnt, she says. And yeah, Mother Rye has been nice enough to allow me to spend time with the clan. To which she says, yes. We accept. There's also this hastily scrawled note kept her from being attacked by those sentries, but we accept that. Right, yes. Thank you, Avril, Bonk. Tell Duma, it's been I hope to see her soon. She needs to come back to the city. That old dog. Ugh.
Or, hot take, you come with us to the Margreve and you run an inn there.
I'm not very good with roughing it out. This is the most roughing it out I'm gonna do, she says. But I'll visit, but later, because I need to go ahead and rebuild my life and reputation.
That sounds fair.
Yeah. Alright, and with that, you guys make your way to the Gullet, because that's where you guys are getting dropped off this time instead of the Watergate at the Kobold Ghetto. Let me drag you all right there, you guys, and with the newly improved, bulked out robots and cart. And everyone is there. The Gullet never silent, never quiet. Plenty of business and ships are still making their way inside, but you guys do see two and you guys also you guys told Benjamin where you guys are meeting, right?
Yes.
All right, gotcha. And when you guys make your way to the Gullet, after you're waiting for a bit as the sun begins to rise, you see 4 people making their way towards you. You all see Benjamin, who has eschewed the cult robe and is now dressed in dirty leathers, and has tried to, like, shave, but you guys do see, like, there's fresh marks where he cut himself with whatever blade he was using to shave himself. His long, greasy brown hair has been pulled back into a tail. Behind him, you see, is a woman a tiefling, red skin, completely yellowed eyes, curved horns, dressed very plainly and simply. And she's carrying a bunch of bags with her, and she's currently talking to Benjin in what sounds to be infernal. And behind them, you see two children. One, a young girl who looks to be the splitting image of Benjin, but has much more solemn eyes, better clean. She's wearing like massive layers of like leather clothes, and you also see that she's got a she's using a spear as a walking stick. And the other is a young boy, black hair, yellow eyes, like his mother, simple vest, clothes. Who is oh sorry, I changed his age. He's not 7. We're gonna make him 10. Who is yammering away and just shouting and oohing at everything that's around. Like, look at those ships! Oh my God, look at that! It's so cool. He's got like a little like wooden sword in his belt, and he's helping carry around all the things. Benjamin sees you all, waves. Hey, bosses. Good to see you all. Hi. He gestures. This is my family. The woman steps forward. Mox. That's little Benji's son, and that's Roxy. All right. She looks at all of you. I was worried that this is another ploy, but this seems like an actual good deal. So good job. Good job, Benjin. Thanks. Whoa. Alright then. Gotcha. And with that, you guys wait in a measurable, companionable silence. And for 2 barges make their way forward. You guys see that one of the barges is being manned by. Actually, no. Let's go. Declan and Slutsky. You guys see that one of the barges is manned by a woman, completely covered in like mud and what you think is literal shit. And then you feel like the wind changed, carrying her scent. Like yes, she's covered in shit. Staying at the front of the boat. I should know this. I haven't worked at Cherry Valley. At the bow. Yes, at the bow of the front of the ship is a little kobold. Black scaled, dressed in fine clothes, which you recognize Declan as Taliesin, the man that spoke to you. So the kobold that spoke to you. And the other bar is manned by a Carib. You all know what Giga Chat is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
that's
Giga Chat is?
Yeah, like the kind of like the chiseled man kind of deal. Yeah, that's the man that's manning the other barge. Just to make my life easier on describing him. The kobold steps off and looks to all of you. Good to see that you are alive. And that you found my wayward priest. Hello. I was a little worried when I didn't see you the other night. But you're alive.
Fell into a spot of trouble.
I imagine.
But it's been resolved, and I'm excited to head to the trading post.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Looks to Slutsky and says, "Are you Jeremy Slutsky by any chance?"
Indeed, I am.
Oh yes, Pesha's looking for you. Pesha's your mentor. He's already at the train post. Asked me to look out for you since you hadn't shown up. But good to see you're in one piece as well. Good.
I had a doozy of a night last night.
I imagine if you met these two. Looks over at Bonk and Avril. Question, what happened? Where are the other ones?
The other ones?
Yes, Paladin, Jasa Argent, and then the Druid.
Is one of them the person that you guys stripped down in the cave after they died?
One of them's missing, and one of them is do you remember the 2 pets that one had?
I believe that the pets were mentioned, yes.
Yeah. Well, he's in the same state as his pets now. It's a better place for him, really.
Oh, alright. That's fine.
But we got his stuff, so it's good. We're fine.
Also, your associates in the forest have delivered on their promise, and you watch as he steps forward and opens his satchel, and you guys see inside there's a bunch of like mushrooms. I'm quickly going to go ahead and sell these, and go ahead and procure the proper shoes. And he looks at the family that's there. Are they with us as well?
Yeah.
Sean, if you're speaking, you're muted. Alright then, okay. Glad that I brought 2 barges then. Alright then. I'll be back in a jiffy. And he runs off.
Sorry, did you say Tal's here too?
Yeah, Taliesin, is here.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, Taliesin runs off to go and sell the mushrooms. You guys all begin to load your stuff in that, which only takes about like 20 minutes. And in that time, you guys see that Taliesin is returned with a much lighter satchel, but a heavier pouch, which he then takes and deposits into Avril's palm. There's 200 gold right there.
Okay.
And with that, the woman covered in shit and mud looks over at you, Slutsky and Duckland. First off, sorry about the smell. It's important. Hi, I'm Toby. Nice to meet you both.
Hey, Toby. Why is it important that you're covered in shit?
It's a defense mechanism. I find that people are horrified and confused by my appearance, and they don't usually approach me.
Are you trying to hide from something?
The baddies.
Sounds like what a bad guy would say.
No, that's not me. Just once we get away from Zobek, I'll wash up. Sorry about just right now. Alright? And also make sure that I don't really have to pay the docking piece. No one wants to get close to me, she says. And the other folk, Vasily is his name. Doesn't really talk much. He just waves. Alright, let's push off. And with that, you guys put the barges push off. They're barges that they use poles with. Not actual like boats or keel boats or anything like that. And with that, you all begin to leave behind the Margreve forest. I completely fucked up on how fast barges go, but so it's gonna take you guys about 7 days to get to Oleg's trading post, about a week. Since they don't go too fast, and the music just stopped. Pourquoi? Let's change it up. Let's do this, and we'll get rid of that. There's that. Just so I know, like, placement. So there's 2 barges. One that is manned by Toby, and one that is manned by Vasily. Toby's barge currently has Taliesin, and Vasily's barge is going to have the family of 4. Where do you guys want to be in relation, like, to that? Since you guys do need like just partially kind of split up between the barges.
I want to be on Toby's barge.
Toby, okay.
I'll be on Vasily's barge.
Gotcha. All right. How about you, Avril? Toby. All right, and then Slutsky.
The other one.
All right, gotcha.
So 2 and 2.
2 and 2. All right. It is slow going, just because you guys are going against the current. But Vasily and Toby are keeping a decent pace. But as the nights begin to pass, actually, let me look at my notes for this. All right. Okay. So you guys on the first night. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Avril, can you make a perception check for me, please?
Sorry, what check?
Perception check, please.
Perception. Yeah, you want the perception. Perception. Can't click on initiative. There it is, right there. 20.
20. Okay, gotcha. Alright, so after the first night when you guys come ashore and make camp, begin to relax, it's about... Let's do...
Oh, sorry, Jared.
What's up?
Can I get an oopsie? While we were
Yeah.
in Zobek, can I have 1 crate full of containers, glass vials, jars, etc.?
Sure, absolutely. Like a crate. We can just say that puts you at like, I would say 10 gold, since you're buying a lot of like very delicate but well-made glassware. Does that sound fair?
Sure, gold spent.
Okay. Gotcha, yeah. So you guys begin to go through the watches here and there. Toby does wash off. And that Declan and Slutsky, you see that she is a Kazaki elf-blooded. So from the Ruthenian plains, but she does have like the pointed ears of elf blood. She washes off completely, just dives into the river and just washes it off there. You guys set up your campsite, and you guys immediately notice that Benjamin is a little estranged from his family. They're here, but he kind of like flits around the edges, getting a word in here and there, but they don't really engage too much, except for his little daughter. As I completely forget her name, Roxy, who every so often will walk up to her dad and just like put a hand on him, or like just help him out with something here and there, which he seemed to appreciate immensely. Taliesin changes shape. The kobold shifts into a tall human male wearing similar fine garments, full beard, long black wavy hair, with a wizard's book at his hip. But you guys all relax and take the watch. So around... That's got so loud, what the fuck?
That's very loud.
Why is it so loud? Jesus. Okay. Anyway. What was I saying? Yeah, so it's around midnight on your watch, Avril, as you are posted up and watching the areas around you. What first alerts you is you're a snap of a twig. And immediately there is a bunch of like voices going shh from the tree line about 20 feet from you. And then you look over and focus your gaze. You see small, tiny hunched figures, probably about 2 feet to 1 foot tall, about 4 clustered. You don't get too much of a good look, like that's just in details, but one of them has a kind of staff. What do you want to do?
And this is just Avril, because it's Avril's
This
watch?
is Avril. This is watch for this is Avril's watch for the night.
Did you say they seem menacing?
Let's see. Looking at them because you rolled a 20. Not necessarily menacing. In fact, like they're kind of like almost bumbling about, as now that they shushed each other, they're slowly creeping forward again. Completely unaware that you are able to that you have caught sight of them.
Are they even looking at me?
They're far enough and kind of shadow enough that you can only get glimpses of what they look on the positioning.
So I can't get a full figure from them.
No, but they're small creatures, about Bonk's height or maybe even smaller than that.
Mm-hmm. And we're back in the Margreve now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, your music makes this very ominous, but your description makes it sound harmless, so I'm a little at a loss.
Sorry.
I'm gonna go ahead and prestidigitate some kind of like pole to lean on, and then just lean on it and just clearly look in their direction and just wait.
All right. You see the figures go about 4-5 feet closer, and now that they get to the edge of like the tree line, you get a better sight of them. These are small, like fayish criminals. They look like Bonk a little bit, but uglier. You see, like they're kind of warts and pustuled, smaller creatures. They have an odd assortment of rusted weapons. One of them is wearing like almost like monk's robes and has a little staff with like a rabbit impaled on the top. And let's see. Go ahead and make a. Let me double check for this. Go ahead and make a nature check for me, please.
You're just asking for. Oh, I do have that trained.
18. These are Fey, and you recognize these as Mitflick gremlins, who are they're the bottom barrel of Fae. Let me look at this. Yes, they have an intense self-loathing, where they just see themselves as like the worst, dirt almost. And so therefore they're very easy to intimidate, coerce, and are susceptible to flattery. They're looking at these creatures as four of them. You all could take them very easily. Although when you're doing this, you know the one with the staff stops, eyes widening as it sees you, and just shouts in Sylvan, "Run! He sees us!" Actually, do you understand? I don't think you understand their tongue. What languages do you know?
I have Gnomish, Common, Enochian, Void.
Never mind. You do not understand. You just one goes, "Rah!" and they all just flee, and they'll running back into the forest, disappearing quickly.
Oh, that was all, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Anything else, or do you just resume your watch?
Let's resume the watch.
Okay. And with that, the day passes. I forgot to ask, is there anything you guys want to do while you're traveling? Because I am gonna kind of like gloss over it a little bit, unless something happens.
All good.
Okay.
Happy to gloss over.
Unless
I'm
anybody
good.
wants a tattoo.
I want a tattoo. In fact, Avril started giving me a tattoo once and then stopped.
Okay, well, I could give you either a divine totemic tattoo with potential use of life and goods sigils, or I could give you this memoriam ink tattoo that I use to keep track of names and such.
Well, I'm not good with names, but I don't want to start now. What about the one that does power, the first one? Is that a good one?
Yeah, so it's a totemic tattoo based in
Margreve
the
has that,
divine. Huh?
Oh, do I get the ability of it?
Well, because what it does, it allows you to use as a spellcasting focus. Bonk doesn't cast magic, but it does form the basis for the rest of the other abilities that Declan can imbue.
That was my recollection, was that I got the actual ink, but that Avril didn't have the slots or ability to actually give me any use from the tattoo. But I could be misremembering.
Yeah, no, yeah, you can, Declan can add to your tattoo.
Cool. That could add, yeah, the life and or good sigils to your tattoo.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah. The good sigil will let you basically detect evil within 30 feet, but not specifically who it is that's evil, just that somebody is, roughly. And then the life sigil lets you cast Stabilize as an innate cantrip, and you can do it on a creature taking persistent bleed damage. And if you succeed on a DC 5 flat check, you end that persistent bleed damage.
That sounds awesome. I'd love that.
And you just need to pick one of the two to have active at a given time.
Brilliant.
Until you upgrade the totemic tattoo.
That sounds great.
So do you have a preference between the two? Because I only have enough inks to do one of those two.
I
think, unless I do a really efficient job with it.
I want to be able to stop bleeding. That's the more important one.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead and do the totemic sigil for life. For Bonk.
Alright, gotcha. Just like my damn. Alright. Sounds good. Okay, go ahead and make a crafting check, please. Just DC 15 for this.
That's 21.
21. I am so sorry. Did you want life? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Just told.
light.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Okay. Bonk, I forget what the nature of your original tattoo was. Was it just like on your arm, Bonk?
I think I had an outline of the Margreve on my lower back, or maybe it was on my tummy. I could be misremembering. Admiral, do you have any recollection?
Pretty sure it was on your back because you wanted a whole big like picture.
All right. So yeah, Bonk pulls up his shirt, and the back of the tree is now added on with more embellishments, branches almost, adding into the totemic sigil of life. As there, so Bonk
Sweet.
can now cast magic. At least just the one spell. Stabilize. I can spell stabilize. And that should be on your character sheet now. Bonk.
Awesome. Yep, I see it.
Any chance I do a very efficient job using the inks?
He says 20?
Was it 21?
21? Sadly not for this check, sadly.
Okay, all good.
Gotcha. Yeah, but during this time, you guys are badgered and harassed by little Benji. It's like the little kid stuff where he basically just watches you all, and whenever he gets a chance, he basically like takes your weapons and looks at them, eyes wide, to when before his mom Mox will basically like smack him with the head and make him give him back. But we'll say on the morning of the 28th, after all this face stuff, as you guys are getting ready, he finally approaches Slutsky, because you're the only one with like a bastard sword, and says, "Excuse me, mister, are you a knight?"
I'm no knight. I am a crafter, though. I know a little about using this sword, if that's what you're curious about.
Okay, yeah, no, yeah, okay. Because I was wondering, my dad's not very good at fighting, to which Benjamin just kind of like sighs in distance. And I was wondering if I could get some lessons. I can pay you. And you watch as he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a bunch of like river stones that are shiny.
Shiny stones, eh? Slutsky kneels down in front of this kid and goes, well, how about when we get to our new home, we work out a deal with the job you're going to do, and I'll train you how to use one of these. And I lift up the sword.
Sounds good to me, he says. Perfect. All right. Also, my name is Lil Benji. What's yours?
Little Benji? Well, old Benji over there seems alright, guy, so I'm sure you're just as good of a great guy. I'm Slutsky. Jormir Slutsky.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Slutsky. And as you hear Mock say, that can't be his name. That's gotta be a nickname, she says. Has to be a nickname. But with that, you guys continue your journey. It's slow going. It's a barge. Takes time. But on the fourth day, can I get perception checks, please?
From everyone?
Yes, please.
18.
Natural 1.
Nice.
Total of 8.
Good. Alright. Beautiful. Okay, assuming that's Slutsky. 7. Okay, gotcha. Bonk, you see some movement actually, because you are just about to make your way into the Thorn River, which is the river that flows by Oak's trading post. And a little after
Question really quickly before you keep going. What's the difference between initiative perception and just perception?
It's mostly for the system, like because when you go into combat, like the initiative perception will send it to the encounter and count that for your initiative there, versus like your regular perception checks.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's around like afternoon, just as you guys are finishing up for the day of travel. You could continue onwards, but Toby and Vasily are a little tired, and they don't mind taking it slow, to which Talison's okay with as well. So you guys decide to dock on this part of the island, not on the Ravensgrave side, because that side. So this is mostly for Slutsky and Declan. As you guys are making your way through the river towards the Thorn River, the northern bank, it's stark, but it's a stark forest that compared to the rest of it. You guys see gnarled trees. The area there almost seems darker by natural, just because the light does not filter in so well. And there's almost this sense of rot and decay coming from that part of the forest. And you guys look south behind you, and you see that you've got normal trees, a forest full of life and light in comparison, which is very foreboding, honestly. But back to Bonk. Bonk, you do notice some movement actually on the opposite bank. The river here is only about 40 feet across. It is deep. It goes about like 10. It goes about 10 feet deep. But as you are Sam Camp, you see movement on the side. You see the glint of metal and a figure hooded and cloaked, like kind of darting back into the woods away from you guys. And there's some more movement further into the forest.
I mean, I'm happy to just tell other people what I see, but
All right, gotcha. When you do that, Dallison strokes his beard and says, maybe we should be like more attentive on watch. So all I'm saying is that folks that are on that side of the forest, I don't think anything good's gonna come out of that.
yeah, I agree.
Good. All right, and with that, so what is the order of the night watch, by the way, for this day?
I will go first. No, I will go. I will go last, so I can summon my rats for the day.
Go first.
I can go in the middle.
Okay, so it's Declan, and then where does Avril want to fit into that? Because it looks like Declan first, Bonk last. Do you want to go second or third, Avril?
Avril's dead.
Avril's dead, I guess. We'll just make him third. And then we'll do Slutsky be second with your watches. Okay. All right. Fuck. God damn it. No, my dice is gone. Fine. That's all right. Okay. All right. Can I get a perception check from Declan, please?
You sure can. And I'm making sure I'm using my light cantrip on, I don't know, something that will help me, like, be able to see, because it's nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'll do it on my, my iron iron staff of healing, so that the top of it will be lit up to help me see things.
Gotcha. All
In
right.
case that were a worry. A total of 11.
11, gotcha, alright. Okay, and you are joined for your watch with Mox and Roxy, actually, so I'm going to roll it for both of them.
Great.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. These two haven't really talked to you that much. But you do know, first off, that Mox has a crossbow, which he loads, and her daughter seems mighty familiar with that spear of hers, actually. And even when you're on watching, she gets up and she, like, makes a couple jabs here and there. Which, she's young. She's about 13, but even so, that's a little more proficiency than what you imagine for a 13-year-old. And kind of watching in silence, the barge is pulled up into the dockside. And then watch passes from there. Bringing us to Slutsky. Slutsky, your watch is taken with Basili. The Giga Chad man. So go and roll a perception check for me, please. 11. Gotcha. 2. Alright. Your watch passes in silence and normal. Which brings us to Avril and Toby. First off, Avril, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Gotcha. All right, Avril, if you don't mind, can you please roll a perception check for me, please? Okay. It's always Avril. Goddamn. All right, Avril, as you are posted up with Toby, who was completely washed. She starts off the conversation. She's like, "So, Jasa and Wisteria are gone."
Did you miss them?
I like Jasa. She was sweet.
Well,
It is sweet.
good news. She's not dead, as far as we can tell. She's just gone.
Right.
But the other one is definitely dead.
That's
like
fine.
super dead.
That's all right. She says, and then you guys hear a snap of a branch, and someone curses. And then you hear like other footsteps, which go a couple more feet and then stop.
Same guys?
And the different direction actually.
Oh.
You hear from the southwest and directly south. You hear movement, and then as you focus in, also to the east, because you guys are like parked on you guys are camping out on like the beach sort of near the tree line, but not within it per se. There's a rock outcropping to the south east a bit, and there's trees, but beyond that, not too much.
Avril will stand up, point her staff at the water, and just do a quick little, just like for funsies, just a water spout. As large as she can make it.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make a Arcana check for me, please. (26). It is a very impressive of water that just shoots up, much larger than you have been able to conjure before, and it's loud too. So at this point, everyone else, you guys hear a sound emanate from the river, and you hear people muttering and groaning as people begin to wake up, getting weapons. Is there anything else that accompanies this gesture?
Yeah, just her turning around and saying, "How can we help you?"
You hear whispering off to the side, and someone just shouts, "Fucking get him! We've already prepared this. Might as well do it." And
okay, before that ends, Avril's just gonna yell out, "Are you really sure about that?"
As you hear a crossbow bolt fire, and completely miss you as you see it goes way above you towards the river.
Hold on. Can that, coupled with the explosion of water, be some level of intimidation?
Oh, absolutely. Sure. Go and make an intimidation check.
Yikes! Hero point, because we got those.
You can definitely hero point it. Yes.
Hero point again, because I think it's been more than an hour, right?
You can't hero point to it twice, sadly.
Damn it! Doesn't matter. It's all bad. Everything's bad.
All right, but with that, I'm gonna quickly bring you guys to a new map. That's there. Let's make it a little darker. Not too dark, because I remember what happened last time. Okay, gotcha. So this is kind of what the camp I imagine looks like. But
Sure.
Correct me if I'm wrong. If you guys want to be other places, that's here. This is the cart. Benjamin has been ostracized the cart, so he's just been camping out underneath the cart. That's there. I'm gonna say that you guys are all conscious and don't have to be prone, but you do have to still spend an action to like don your weapons and such. Avril and Toby don't have that case. And let me go ahead and quickly reveal the people that you currently do see. Alright, so there are two directly south over here. There are two more over here to the southwest. And above at this rock outcropping are some more folks as well, if I remember my heights. Yeah, 20 feet. Now there as well. There's two right there. And you do hear movement off to the east. You currently don't see anybody though. Alright, and with
Question,
that...
Jared.
Yes.
How do I turn on? It's just reflex. Every morning, Avril wakes up and turns on mage armor. How do I turn that on in here? It's just grayed out.
Oh, for the nice. Where? See cast, and then we just need to drag the spell effect. All right, there. I just applied it to your armor. You're good.
Cool.
Okay, all right, folks. If you do not mind, please go ahead and roll for initiative. You don't need to do like the sword thing. It's alright. I already prepared for that. I just need you guys to roll.
Yeehaw!
And okay. Doop.
Avril's gonna curse. I should have hired a bomb maker.
And these ones. Sorry, I'm just revealing all the initiative that's here. Now let's get some combat music in, actually. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and start with the back area. Okay. Avril, yes, while you and Toby's appearances are definitely focused forwards, you do hear some rippling behind you in the water. As you turn around, actually, we need this to be darker, actually, since you guys technically don't have light. So, boop. Let's do that. I think that applies. And then Avril, you would have. Do you want a torch lit, or do you want just the light spell going on?
Do I have a light spell?
You don't actually. So torch it is.
I do. Would it have been unreasonable for me to have just taken my light cantrip off of my own Iron Staff of Healing and give you like a branch or something that has light cast on it because you're going to be keeping watch?
I'm completely fine with that. You could also like do it on like robe or something that Avril has, whichever you prefer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that would make sense. Like if you don't have dark vision, then I would, before like heading off to hand off the watch, I would leave you with something that gives light.
Gotcha. Alright, okay, that brings us this. You hear move from behind, and looking towards the river, you see small little crustacean-like gremlins crawling out. They have like clawed hands, snout covered in barnacles, and a bit as they look and see that they've been found at. One of them points with a clawed hand at you, and you watch as they're going to go ahead and use vicious choke. You watch as water rises, pulled from the ground around you, Avril, and begins to wrap around your head. I do need you to make a reflex saving throw, please. DC 17. You are able to bring up your own staff using the magic to dispel the bubble as the water pops away, and you are completely fine. It sees this and just hisses in annoyance before we go on to our next lad. Alright, now that the jig is up, you guys watch as torches are lit, as they no longer need to deal with light, and then this guy's going to go ahead and spend his last action to go ahead and run forward. Followed by Slutsky. Alright, Slutsky, you are inside your tent. I just bunked you with Declan. I hope that's fine. You hear shouts of battle outside. Folks definitely from the south and the forest line perimeter. But also it seems that someone has engaged with the sentries to the north. What would you like to do?
I spent an action to put on my Iron Man suit.
Absolutely. The armor extends around you now in black matte. It looks really good on you, though.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm in the tent. I'm gonna. How many squares can I move with each action?
You can move 5 feet with each square. So you move
so
5 squares. 5 squares.
So I'm gonna take cover behind the cart with Benjamin.
Sounds good. You can definitely do that. Okay. Do you want to be like here or do you want to be like here?
Yeah, right there where you.
Perfect. All right. You rush outwards in your suit, Benjamin, who's getting up bleary-eyed. She goes, ah! It's like, oh fuck. Oh, never mind. That's you. Okay. Good. Are we under attack? as you just kind of post up right there. All right, you still have one more action, Slutsky.
Right. Oh god. Okay. Does my shield automatically pop out on my armor, or is that a
That is
thing
something
I
you need to don as well.
Okay. Did I leave that in the tent?
We can say it's on your person.
Let's say I don the shield as well, and
Okay.
there we go.
Absolutely, gotcha. Okay, perfect. All right, you take cover behind the cart, so that gives you. We're just gonna say standard cover. It's pretty good because of the cart. So that's a +2 bonus to your armor class with your shield. All right. Okay, Slutsky's turn brings us to one of my unseen bandits. Oh goody. He's not dead. Okay. 5. Right. All right. Off to the east, Apple. You hear more branches and footfalls, and hear as a crossbow quarrel got shot towards you. No, sorry. This guy has a bow. I apologize. I'm a dirty liar. That is a 17, which I believe is going to hit you. An arrow slices across your shoulder, dealing 5 points of piercing damage. And from the darkness to the east. And then they're quickly going to go ahead and try to stealth. All right. Okay, and that's going to be the end of his turn. Brings us to Bonk. Bonk, you hear shouts, you hear arrows flying about. What would you like to do, sir?
What time is it? Do I know?
It is about midnight.
So my rats have expired for the day.
That is correct, yes.
Cowabummer. How many actions does it take to put my cloak on, this whispering cloak?
Oh, we could say 1.
1?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to whip on the cloak as 1 action, and then I'm going to play the Pipes of the Sewer to serenade a swarm.
Gotcha. I think I have this. I'm pretty sure I have this parrot. Yes, I do. Beautiful. All right, as you put on the pipe.
Oh my god, that thing's huge! I see why people were concerned.
Yeah.
I figured it was just like 5 or 10 rats following me around.
So Bonk, this doesn't really affect being able to summon the rats, but go ahead and make a performance check. Yeah, I want to know if this is like recorder or like kazoo level. I want to know. 8. You guys hear? It's terrible, but then you watch as like figures rush out from the forest and it's being gathered around Bonk in the tent. You guys hear, "What the fuck is that?" As the rat swarm is now manifested around you. So they function as a minion, Bonk. So you do need to spend an action. So you can spend an action to get them 2 actions, but they have 1 action on default to move or attack.
Yep. So in this case, I already spent an action to put my hood on, and summoning them took 2 actions, so I cannot give them an extra action this turn, so they just have to take a single action on their own.
Gotcha. Yeah. They go with your same initiative. So do you want them to move or? Yeah, they obviously have to move.
Yeah, I'll have them move. What's their movement range?
30 feet.
30 feet. Yeah, I'll have them. I guess can I see out of my tent?
You can, yes. You have dark vision, so
Yeah,
you can see the enemies that are there.
I'll have them move down to here, and then just as a free action, I'm going to shout out, bow before the Rat King, beg for forgiveness.
Understood. Gotcha. That is Bonk's turn, bringing us, Avril, you see from the water. Oh, that's not too far. From the water, another of these strange water creatures rises out and is going to go ahead and mutter something in its own tongue. And let's see if we can do this. It can't. Is that good? No. All right. You watch as it's gonna, as it points a claw at the direction of Benjamin and Jeromir and shouts out a magical word. Sorry, what's up?
Can I counterspell it? Because I can see its manifestations.
Do you have counterspell?
I have counterspell.
Oh shit. Go ahead and make a. Let me see the type of the spell. Go ahead and make a nature or arcane check. Your choice. 10. Sadly, you're not familiar with this spell, as you're
0 point again.
Absolutely, go ahead, please. 16. Yes, you recognize this as the sleep spell. So if you'd like to do it, you can go ahead and make another Arcana check for me.
Another one.
Yes, sir. DC 15. 20. With this knowledge in hand, you clap your hands, sending out a burst of energy, which intercepts the wave of energy that was rushing towards Slutsky and Benjamin, which shatters it, ending the ability. And yeah, that's that lad's turn. Bring us to more bandits.
We did that wrong. My bad. But whatever. We'll fix it later. I'm realizing that it says I have to have it prepared, so I have to also have had sleep.
Oh, that's fine. I don't. If you this, I should have explained it. So if you have the spell prepared, then you can cast without a spell slot. If you don't, just because I play with a lot of like spell-like abilities, so I'll just have you roll a requisite ability check to try and recognize the spell and to counter it. If you get that, then you can do so.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, just because like
I don't
how
think
do
I have
this
sleep,
just?
though.
That's fine. That's why I had you roll the second Arcana check, like
Gotcha.
the first Arcana check to recognize the spell. All right. You hear arrows flying as Bonk, you watch the bandit over here attacking the rat swarm. That rat swarm and very much failing to hit a massive swarm. No one hits it once. Deals 5 points of damage to the swarm, but they can rush, and then they're going to go ahead and run away as fast as they can towards the rock outcropping to the east. Bring us to Taliesin, who steps out of his tent, looks towards the west, and you guys watch as he's holding a bag in his hand and drops it and begins to mutter or something. You guys watch as bones roll out of the bag and animate into a skeletal wolf, to which he just coos out a command, hunt. And he gives it 2 actions, and it's going to go ahead and spend those 2 actions to rush towards the bandit over here. And he's going to spend his last action. Yeah, that was all his actions, actually. I apologize. Okay. Over there, which brings us to Avril. Avril, you have been assaulted by 2 strange creatures to the north who have attempted to suffocate you and cast sleep on your friends. What would you like to do?
Step 1 is to run over here and dive for cover behind the cart.
Gotcha.
So that no more arrows can come and hit me. And
Understood.
then I'll face these 2. And with my last 2 actions, I'll go ahead and cast our favorite telekinetic projectile. And I will be just slapping out one of these alchemist fire work in water, right?
Partially. It's
Partially.
not Greek fire. It's not Greek fire, but it still does damage.
Oh. Well, I'm next to the cart, so would you say it's 3 actions or 2 actions if I were to just reach in and grab something in the cart and chuck it at them?
1 action.
Well, plus the 2 from the spell is what I'm saying, and I already used 1 to move.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it would be. You need at least 1 action to pull out an object from there.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna whip a muse bomb at them.
All right, gotcha. Go ahead and roll for that spell attack, please. Armor class. You're trying to aim for an armor class of 17. Fucking critical hit. Jesus. Okay, go ahead and do critical damage. 23 damage. That's 26 damage. Jesus. You send forward the bomb and you watch as the skull explodes.
Both of them or just one of them?
Just the one. Just the one.
It's a muse bomb though. It doesn't have AoE.
It's instantly killed and the muse explodes outwards in a puff of purple gas. All right, let me see. It's fortitude saving throw. Yeah, I'll take. Go ahead and roll the damage, please. No, 1d6 poison and the one. Okay, yeah, 1d6 man. Jesus, okay. 5. Okay, then I need to roll a fortitude saving throw for my boy, which he absolutely failed. Jesus. All right, as the cloud kind of hovers in the air, the damage. The 5 points of poison damage sends them, and they're now slowed 1, which reduces their actions count by 1. God damn it. Jesus. Okay. Alright, and that is Alpha's turn. Bring us to Mox. You guys here shout, "Kids, you're gonna stay in the fucking tent!" Roxy, make sure your brother doesn't run out and do something stupid. Yes, Mom? You guys hear another thunk as a crossbow crawl shoots out of the tent at these enemies in the back. That's going to be a 20, which is definitely going to hit. 6 points of damage as a crossbow crawl slams into this bandit being faced off against this wolf skeleton over here. And you guys hear the sounds of a lever being pulled as she reloads. Come and get it, fuckers! As she shouts, bringing us to more bandits. Who's close? Bonk's close. Bonk, you hear like hurried like arguing. They summoned their witches. They're summoning rats. Undead creatures. We should run now. No, the bounty's so big on their heads. We take them out. We bring them back. That's payday. I'm gonna go roll for this. No, you guys said fuck that, and you hear someone skitter and run away. And I'm gonna remove him from initiative because he's not here. Bring it to the other one. Says coward. But he's gonna end his turn, and he's gonna go and shoot a crossbow bolt at Taliesin. Sorry, arrow. This one also is an arrow. There's a bow. Oh god, that's gonna hit. Alright, you guys hear another hiss of an arrow, which is gonna strike Taliesin in the arm, followed by a second shot as well. Second arrow, which is going to miss, but this one tears into his nearby tent before whoever's up there is going to go ahead and try and hide. Which does not succeed. Bonk, you can still see this guy as his Taliesin says, "You're next." Bring us to Declan. Declan, you hear all sorts of shit happening outside. Poking your head out, you see everything to the west, everything to the north. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab my iron staff of healing in one hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna run my butt over to the cart, right to this spot here.
Gotcha.
And then I'm gonna cast guidance on Sletsky.
Understood. Okay. Alright, Slutsky, you get a +1 to your next attack roll, or perception check, or saving throw, or skill check you do before the start of Declan's next turn. Gotcha. Okay.
That's all I got.
Alright. Boop. Bring us from Declan to another bandit over here who's going to go ahead and... You know, this one's not a coward. He rushes forward, drawing his long sword. He's going to attack the wolf skeleton. That is going to be a miss with a 10, and that is going to be his turn, bringing us to Vasily Harari, who rushes out as well. And holding a battle axe, he's going to go attack this bandit. That is going to hit, dealing 5 points of damage, and is going to fall up with a shove to see if he can get him on the ground. Which sadly does fail, but he's able to engage on the line, growling and teeth bared. Bring us to Toby, who is going to... God, Toby only got fucking daggers. Alright, Toby is going to go ahead and hunker down over here and take cover behind that before she sees anything else. Bringing us to this guy over here. You guys hear the whistle of more arrows before these arrows rattle, like thunk against the wooden crates that Toby's hiding behind, coming from the east. Which you guys can't see the darkness, but you guys are currently illuminated, so they can see you. Boom. Bring us to Benjin, who is going to draw his own dagger and rush off to protect his tent and engage the guys over here with all three of his actions. That's going to be the end of his turn. Bringing us this guy over here, who is also going to run and fire off an arrow at the rat swarm. The arrow goes wide, missing the rat swarm completely, and he's going to go ahead and continue to run away. Bring us to the top of the round with this guy over here, who is going to flee as well, as they're dealing with unnatural monstrosities. bringing us to Slusky. All right, Slusky.
All
There's a
right.
lot. There's a lot of chaos around, but you think that the folks are doing okay here. To the north, however, you do notice there's still this other little creature that is currently drugged out. What would you like to do?
Let's see. Can I make it there? 1, 2.
Yeah, you can get there in one action.
Yeah, I can get that one action. Okay, I'm gonna run at them and fucker smack them with a sword.
All right. Okay. Go ahead and roll for your bastard sword. You're aiming for your meter being 17.
Then I have +1 status, so I have a +1. Do I need to?
We can just
What do
add that
I
after you roll, just in our heads.
Okay.
Make it easy. Natural 20. Okay. Fuck. Jesus. Go ahead. Go ahead and roll damage.
These poor guys.
Go and roll damage. I feel like he's gonna die instantly. Let's see.
How do I roll for damage?
You see the critical
I
bottle?
take damage. Yeah.
So you do 10 damage. Okay. This is a slashing weapon. Okay. Alright, you step forward, slashing this creature across the chest, and they're so afraid of you that you see them shake and just drop into the water, and just squeaking in their whatever language they're speaking that you don't understand. But based on the gesture, they're clearly very afraid of you and will run at the next sign that once they can. But you still have another action. You can attack again if you want.
I will attack again.
Alright.
Double tap.
Go ahead, yeah.
So do
Go
I roll for
ahead.
damage and the other one as well?
No, you are rolling at a -5 with your second attack.
Why is one of these -4 in the actions?
Oh, -4 is if you are attacking it for a third time, which would be a -10 from your current bonus.
Okay, where the...
Yes, you just do want to do the +1. So if it's +6, you want to do the +1.
Okay, +1. Okay.
18. 18 is gonna hit. Go and roll for damage, please. That is a 3, and with that, you step forward, bastard sword in hand, and stab them right into the chest as they squeal, gurgling and for letting out a cough and falling back into the water still. Ending Slutsky's turn, bring us to these bandits. And with that, you hear as two shots are fired. Actually, he is. Oh, that's right. You are flat-footed against this attack. Because he is hidden. I can count. There it is. And do I have anything else for this? Alright, first shot. Oh god, okay, the first one's at 18, which is going to hit you, actually. And the second one is a critical. The first arrow like ricochets off the armor and like cuts you a little bit into your neck, but nothing vital. The second arrow though slams into like a little chink in the back of your armor, dealing 23 points of piercing damage.
That's fucked.
Jesus, that's insane. All right, okay. As the arrow is in there, and you hear a successful yes from the shadows as this person attempts to hide again, which they fail. So you can hear them off in the distance trying to hide themselves as best they can. So that was a total of 23 damage, by the way. Okay. Yeah, and you can either right-click on your token and just do subtract from the green bar on the bottom, or you can do the mental math in your character sheet and just change your current HP to what your new HP is. Perfect. Bring us to Bonk. All right, Bonk. You see that one of the enemies are fleeing from the south, trying to harry your little rat swarm, which is doing pretty bad. And then there are more enemies to the east that have not been dealt with. What would you like to do?
Cool. Am I able to see out of my? I am able to see out of my tent. How tall is
Yeah.
this rock that this guy is standing on?
That is 20 feet. Yeah, and to basically climb that, it's 20 feet from the front, but if you want to go around, there's a kind of ramp that you can make your way towards. That would not require any checks, since it would require athletics checks to climb the front, and the least minimum two actions to climb fully.
Dang. Okay. It looked like all of the guys to the south of me were fleeing.
These ones are like retreating to like the base of the rock, looking for high ground as they're trying to get away from your rat swarm.
Okay. I will start then by dashing or striding, whatever, 25 feet
Gotcha.
here. Cool. Oh, I don't see the other guys? That's annoying. I was hoping to be able to see the guys under this other tree.
Oh, I apologize. Let me go ahead and show. You can see this guy over here, because he tried to stealth, but he failed. And then there's another one. Let me just go ahead and let me deal with this tree stuff nonsense. Boop. All right, can you see them now?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. I think I just do vision, token veil vision. And I think that should... Alright, yeah, you should be able to see them, I think.
Cool. Is there some sort of combat action I can take to like stealthily approach someone, or have I already been seen?
You can definitely see. You can definitely go ahead and stealth behind the tree trunk. To basically make them lose sight of you. But since there's very little cover for you to dash around, if the moment you step away from the tree trunk, they'll clock where you are.
That's fair. It'll take me 15 feet of movement to get to this rock, and then I would need to spend 2 actions to climb it. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, that's a bummer. I guess I will. Can I take cover behind the tree?
Absolutely. Yeah. You can definitely do that. Do you want to see if you want to get the best angle of protection? You probably want to be here. Because from where you are, you can get cover from these two to the further east, but nothing from the guys in the south of you.
Yeah, best I can do is this little stump here. Is this second point? I'm happy to move there. Cool. I will then make one. I'll take one action to. Oh, where is the actual thing of my action? To try and intimidate my opponents, to try and demoralize them.
Sure, you can you can only demoralize. I see. Wait, I'm a dirty liar. I think it's all of them. I should know this by now. Sorry.
It's all good. I don't know either.
Okay. Okay, you can only demoralize one creature at a time.
Okay. That's fine. I want to demoralize this guy on the rock if I can.
Sure, absolutely. Gotcha. Alright, go ahead and make an intimidation check. You're trying to meet or beat a DC 14.
Cool.
Oof.
Bummer.
You want to hear a point there?
No.
Alright. You shout up at the
That's
smoke,
okay.
but you see the glint in his eyes. And he looks at you and just draws a thumb across his neck. He's determined.
My rats are going to eat you. Okay.
Yeah. Where do you want the rats to go?
Then I'll use my third action to command the rats, giving them more actions.
Okay.
And I want the rats to start crawling towards him.
All right. So it gets. Do you want them to go around the back?
Yeah, I assume rats can't climb rocks.
Not well, at least.
Okay, I'll have them go around the back.
Okay, and see, because that was. Yeah, that was. I think they can get to this point. The rats scurry up there. Do you hear the squeaking and the chittering from up there?
One final chance to surrender, or you're gonna get eaten by a bunch of rats that I control with this here little pipe. And that's my turn.
Gotcha.
Also, my AC should be boosted by 2 because I've engaged the cloak.
Ooh, gotcha. All right, understood. Okay, I'll just make a note of that.
Cool. Yeah, all good. Lovely.
All right. Gotcha. Bringing us to more of the bandits. There is... Just going to roll for this. Yeah, this bandit is going to go ahead and fire at the rats to try and assist his buddy up there. That's 2 arrows, 2 misses for the swarm. For that, he's going to run. And that guy's dead. Brings to Taliesin, who is going to cast the light spell upon himself. as he lights up and says, "Alright, folks, we need some more assistance on this east side, please." And then he's going to go ahead and cast shield upon himself. Crossing his arms and manifesting a glowing shield of magical energy. And that is going to be his turn, bring us to Avril. Avril, the enemies to the riverside are completely dealt with. You hear more combat over to either east and west. What would you like to do?
East and west. Looks like there's more east. We're gonna 15 feet, 25 feet. Cannot travel very far at all here. Are these raised platforms?
No, those are the barges, actually.
Oh, those are just the barges.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and 25 feet over here, taking cover behind the barge. Oh, so they can't go there. I'll take cover behind the barge in the tent, and
You can see one bandit here who is being kind of flanked by Vasily and a skeletal wolf. And Benjamin.
well, I don't want other people getting hurt, so we're just gonna go ahead and fling a rock.
Alright, gotcha. Go and roll for
Actually,
attack.
I got a shit ton of I'm out of caltrips. Yep, just a rock. We just fling a rock.
Alright, gotcha. Meter B AC 15, please. 17 definitely gonna hit. 10 damage as you send forth a rock, which slams into this bandit's face. You hear something break as he groans and raises a hand to cover his face, which is now streaming with blood. And I believe that is the end of your turn. Bring us to Mox, and you guys hear a thunk as a crossbow bolt quarrel shoots out of the. Wow, Jesus! Nat, is it hit? Yeah, it's critical hit. Jesus! As another crossbow bolt shoots from the tent, slams into this bandit's head, dropping him to death. And another crank of a reload. And you say, "Benjamin, you're doing great. Good job, sweetie." That's gonna be her turn. And this bandit, seeing this rat swarm, is going to rush around, spending 2 actions to do so, and fire with his bow at the rats. Which is going to hit 5 points of damage as the rat swarm is dwindling down to 10 or so determined rats amidst the horde. Bring us to Declan. Declan, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my Iron Staff of Healing to cast Heal with all 3 actions, so it's a 30-foot radius.
Understood.
And it'll be a D10 plus 8 plus 1 because I'm using the Iron Staff of Healing.
Understood. Gotcha.
So it's a 5, so it's going to be 14 health back for everybody in that radius.
Alright, a rush of energy swirls out from the staff, embracing everyone around. Slutsky is brought back from the brink, and while everyone else had decent scratches and scars, those are also washed away as well. Okay, ending Declan's turn, bring us to Vasily Harari, who's going to rush after this guy.
How much am I healed?
It's 15, right?
14 total.
14, I apologize, 14.
I live.
The day. Bring us to Toby, who is going to be brave and rush out from behind cover, charging towards the enemies over here with their daggers, screaming at the top of her lungs as she does so. And that brings us to this guy over here, who is going to dart around, see Toby, and fire off 2 shots with his longbow. 19's gonna hit. Oof. Oh no, Toby. And Jesus. You guys watch as Toby is dropped with 2 arrows, one to the chest and then another one to the stomach, and she drops. She's not dead. She's dying though. That's gonna be his turn. Brings us to Benjamin, who is going to rush over here and stand guard in front of his family's tent. That's going to be his turn. Bring us to this bandit over here. He's going to go ahead. The rat swarm is defeated as another hail of 2 arrows from one of the bandits finally slays them. And then this guy is going to go ahead and run over here and try and take some cover. Okay. Bring us back to the top of the round with this guy who's going to continue running away. And for the first words that Vasily says during this entire trip is just says, "I'm going to get you." As the guy continues running away. Bring us to Slutsky. Alright, Slutsky, magic brought you back from the brink. Although, and that direct over here, you see that lit by torchlight, Toby is lying on the ground, bleeding out. What would you like to do?
I try to go help Toby. Let's see.
Gotcha. She is. Jesus, she's far. That's 85 feet.
Oh god.
And you can get to 75 with 3 move actions.
I'm on my way.
Alright. Do you want to use all your actions to move then?
Yeah.
Alright. With your suit helping you, you just book it, rushing forward. A man of steel rushing at full pelt, leaving deep footprints in the spurts of the sand, then in the forest flies, you're rushing towards these people. Right, that is Slutsky's turn. Bring us to this bandit over here, who, seeing this man completely clad in armor and metal, just runs as well. Ducking to the south, and disappearing outside of sight behind this rock from where you are, Slutsky. And bring us to Bonk.
Cool. Just to clarify, because I had to step away, this person I'm pinging is Toby?
That is Toby, bleeding out 2 arrows to the chest.
Gotcha. This Staglord here was fleeing, is not fleeing?
He currently has his back, he's crouched back pressed to this rock face. He is standing his ground.
Okay. Cool. In that case, I'm going to take a dash or 2 dashes to get me to this side of Toby. I'm going to kind of hiss at the guy who hasn't yet fled. And let's see here. I can only cast Stabilize on a creature taking persistent bleed damage. I presume that is not the same as stabilizing someone who's dying.
So it's you can do the stabilize for persistent bleed damage is different than just casting the spell, but you can do both. Is my impression of the tattoo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. You can leave her at 0 HP and unconscious.
Oh yeah, 100% doing that if possible.
All right. Sounds good. You. Let's see. I'm gonna take some creative liberties here. I don't think Bonk knows how magic works. So Bonk basically squats down.
I know how spells work. I assume it's a similar mechanism.
You basically kind of lift your shirt and your armor a little in the back and press your tattooed back against Toby and will the magic to go forward as you're kind of lying down on Toby. Rillets of green wash around Toby, and you watch as her breathing stabilizes a little bit and the arrows slowly pop out. Very slowly, but she's still bleeding a little bit.
I'm going to turn to the Daglord Bandit, and I'm just going to say, you're out of your fucking league, chump. That's the end of my turn.
Gotcha. All right, and is it his turn? It is not his turn. There's that guy's gone. He's fled. He's out of combat. Bring us to Taliesin, who is going to continue to move around, moving at full length. Sees a bandit over here. How do I want to do this? Yeah, he'll cast sleep. We'll do that. You guys hear him coo almost like with a central voice as they cast sleep, and that is a success. Seeing the spell fail, he just frowns for barking out in a voice, and you guys hear the skeleton wolf book it across the map in that direction. Silent, but making a bark every so often. Bring us back to Avril. Avril, looks like the enemies over here have been dealt with, although you can hear Vasily chasing after that one bandit still in the distance, but outside of your line of sight. Turning towards the southeast, there seemed to be more commotion in that direction.
Let's just... What is this? I can move 25, 75... About this far with 3 actions, so I take cover behind this tent with my 3 actions, and that's it.
Alright, sounds good. Gotcha. Bringing us to Mox, who is just guarding the tent. Bringing us to this little bandit over here, who sees this and just says, "Alright guys, let's get the fuck out of here. We're out of our league." And he's also going to run away, disappearing into the tree brush. Removing the participant, which brings us to Declan. Declan, you went from being surrounded by other folks tunneling on this wagon to everyone else running in different directions. What would you like to do?
I'll run to this spot right here, 25 feet away.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You see
I
one
guess this is
enemy over
probably
here.
too far. Yeah, alright, I'll go for it. That's 20... Yeah, how far is that now?
That's 60 feet,
50,
yeah.
50 to there, though. So I'll go to that spot right there.
Okay.
And then, wait, get this.
Okay.
I've got the hero card tumble through. And I'm ending my movement adjacent to this creature.
Uh-huh.
Can I use that to go to the far side of them?
You can certainly do that. Yeah, you rush forward. Your tumble through is half a fall. So as you just tumble past this guy, and you manage to press your back against this rock right here for righting yourself, staff pointed at this bandit.
Cool.
Alright, I think that's all the actions.
And can I use another hero card?
Sure, what's the other hero card you want to use?
Hold the line, which is each time an enemy has to leave a space adjacent to me next turn, while using a move action, it must succeed at an acrobatics or athletics check against my fortitude DC, or the move action is disrupted.
Oh, Jesus, okay, gotcha, alright. Fucking hell, absolutely gotcha. And with that, you turn your staff almost like horizontal, parallel to the ground, as you stand there, ready to act.
Cool.
Alright, I'm just gonna roll a quick check for Vasily. You guys hear this since the booming voice of Vasily? Got him!
Nice.
And that is his turn, bringing us to Toby, who is unconscious but not dying. Bring us to this band over here, who's going to book it as well. Continue to run away as fast as he can, and disappearing from sight. Bring us to Benjen, continue to cold line. Bring us this bandit over here who sees you, Declan. Okay. Each family will leave a space adjacent to you while using a move action. It must succeed. Okay, they're going to try to run, so they need to make an athletics check or acrobatic check versus your fortitude DC.
Yeah. Oh, fortitude DC.
Which is just 15. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your higher one? Let's see. He's going to attempt an athletics check, which he does succeed by. He pushes forward. You try to push back at him, but you're a scribe versus this kind of like mangy-looking bandit who's going to rush past you. And as he's going to do so, he's going to turn around, fire an arrow at you. That's a critical failure. And with that, he's wide open as he is now flat-footed, and he's going to continue to try and run away. Which leads him to be... Yeah, he disappears.
Okay.
From sight as well. Okay, is there anyone that's currently still within sight? Yeah, there's like 2. Alright, bring us back to the top of the order with... Hey, you're bound. Okay, not important. Alright. Sluts key. Actually, okay. Better way of asking. So, all the bats are fleeing. Do you guys want to continue the combat? Or do you want to just let them flee?
I have no intention of chasing them down.
Okay, gotcha. How about everyone else?
I'm gonna turn to the severely injured woman next to me. Or Toby, or...
Yeah, her name is
Whoever.
Toby.
Yeah. And not Chase, so.
Okay, leaving us with Declan
Yeah,
and
go help
Avril.
Toby.
Alright, gotcha. Alright, with that, you guys slowly just watch the enemies as they continue to run away into the forest, their footsteps fading before you guys move to take care of your injured friend. And that is going to be the end of the counter. Alright, Declan, do you want to use a magic spell to heal Toby, or do you just want to like use your medicine pack for this case?
Uh, no, I want to bring all our folks around and all the dead. How do you guys feel about reviving one of the dead bandits so we can ask them what's up?
Oh, there was a bounty on our head, that's all. I heard him talking about it when they attacked.
Do you want to know maybe who put the bounty on our heads, or nah?
I mean, I think we have a pretty good idea.
Yep, Bonk,
Do
just
we?
on instinct, you kind of like check one of the corpses near you, and you guys watch as he pulls off a amulet, a silver amulet with a stag forged into the head of a stag.
So there's this kind of cult/drug running ring that thinks they own the Margreve, but we're kicking their asses, and we kind of burned their big drug cache right before we went to Sobek to let things cool down. Anyways, guess they didn't forget about that.
Okay.
All right, and with that, Declan, go ahead and roll for healing, just because I know that Slusky is the most damaged of the group.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. Yeah, that 30-foot radius one, which is gonna be an 11 total healing.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do it with my Iron Staff of Healing again.
Beautiful, and I think that is a good place to end the session. Which is good because Kyle Kyle and Jimmy, you guys can now level up your characters to level 3 and choose your archetypes, which is something I can definitely help with later on for archetypes to figure that out. And then for everyone else, so you guys are all level 3, and you also get 100. See, actually, what's the fucking? What's your fucking XP? Let's look at this. All right, okay. Just to make my life easier, everyone now has 1,000 XP.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. And the XP counter for Jimmy and Kyle is in the upper right corner. You see a 0 out of 2,000. Just change the 0 to 1,000.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can also change your character level there manually by just changing the 2 to a 3.
There we go. Okay.
Sweet.